Hello, hello, hello! We're back after our break. We had a week off because of some unavoidable stuff. Turns out when you have 5 people who live in different places, it's hard to get a game going. Who knew? Uh, you'll notice we got a new face today. My friend here, new guy. He's subbing in for Wisely, who is sick. So, um, yeah. So he'll be joining us as a guest character. He's not replacing her. She'll be back hopefully next week. And then the dog. What's worse?
I could not hear you.
All right. Well, while Caddy deals with that. Oh shoot! I just realized Wisely is our chronicler. Now I have to do the recap. I was unprepared. You're still muted.
Oh no.
Caddy. Okay, I understand. All right. Well, I made a mistake of not watching our last stream in preparation of this. So I believe where we left off, you guys had defeated the Rat Witch and delayed your journey a little bit because you took that long rest, and then eventually you guys set back off, and you beached just outside of the town of Stelton along the river for the night. And then the next day you would arrive at Stelberg, which would be where you would transition from your river journey to the south road headed to Hornbluff. And since it has been a few weeks, your overall quest, you are traveling with Boldum Oldrune, seeking the lost dwarven wet city on the south reaches of the Watchful Peaks. He hopes to find this lost city. He's an archaeologist, and you guys are along for 2 reasons. For protection against outward threats, and as insurance against inward threats, because Boldum Oldrune is working for a human lord who he does not fully trust, and the human lord has assigned 4 mercenaries of his own to this kind of traveling band, and Boldum is wary of them, and so he hopes to have the 4 of you kind of counterbalance that in the event that push comes to shove. Everybody caught up? Any questions? Still barking, huh?
That's what I remembered.
All right.
She just stopped.
I just realized on my end I still got this music going. It's really, throwing me off. There we go. All right. So, where we're going to begin is it's morning. You guys begin to pack up the camp, and you realize that your comrade Mouse has not left her tent.
Hey, I'm gonna go and look if she feels okay.
Okay. When you gently open her tent, not to surprise her too much, you see that she is in a pool of sweat, and she is shivering.
Oh my god. I'm gonna bring her some water and call the other into groups. See if I'm not so good at medicine. So yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't look well.
Ooh. Who doesn't?
Wisely does not
No,
look
Mouse.
very good. Mouse, sorry.
Wisely may or may not look good. She is sick in real life.
I got confused.
What? How do we help a sick person? What? Mouse helps the sick people.
Well, I don't know. We should not leave her here, though.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't just leave her here, although I don't necessarily want to risk her getting motion sick, but leaving her on her own isn't really an option. So do you think we should see about getting someone larger than myself to relocate her to the boat?
Yes, I will.
If you do that, I will take her tent down. Get all that squared away.
All right.
Deal.
As you guys are tending to her, Boldum approaches, and he's like, "Oh, this ain't good at all. What if she's contagious? We can't put her on the boat."
Where do you think we're gonna put her?
No, I don't mean leave her behind, but maybe we can find some kind of medicine man in the local village.
Oh, are we near a village?
There's a village across the river. You parked on the opposite side of the village.
Well, how are we very well going to get her across the river without a boat, sir?
Well, we have a river boat, so that's not really an issue. We just scoot along down to the other side. Carl!
Well, I know you're saying like, now don't put her on the boat. Now let's put her on the boat.
Carl comes up and he's like, what's all the commotion?
Mouse ain't feeling too well.
Oh, yeah.
So we should probably tend to that. She doesn't look like she's going to be like moving much currently.
This close to the Thangar Forest, there's bound to be cunning folk in these villages.
There's what?
Cunning folk. You know.
Can they be trusted?
Well, I don't know. We can at least ask him if she's contagious and how best to treat her.
That sounds like a good option to me.
Baron froze. Alright, well, how about the three of you and the oarsman put her on the boat and go over to the village and see if you can find one.
Alright. I probably... Who wants to carry her?
Let's volunteer Vaclo. I know he's frozen, but we'll volunteer him. Okay, you guys move her over to the boat and kind of like create a kind of makeshift bed for her. She's obviously very unwell. She's looking quite pale. Her eyes are sunken. She's shivering and hacking. And you guys make your way across the river towards the village. Some of the villagers come out to greet you as you bring your riverboat alongside the pier. An older man comes forward and he's like, what seems to be the problem?
Well, she's warm, but shivering, and coughing a lot, and not very responsive, so I'm guessing she's sick.
Well, we could take her to the wise lizard.
The wise lizard? I'm very interested in lizards.
Alright, we'll fetch a stroller. You can tell my dad.
A stroller?
A stretcher. I hope my son didn't hear that. Now he's gonna think, you know.
Going for a walk.
Yep. Okay, so the townsfolk bring you a stretcher, and you guys load Mouse up, and they start. The old man leads you kind of away from the village into a deeper part of. You're in wooded hills, and he kind of takes you to this area of kind of densely packed trees, and you see a rather curious hut made of mud and sticks, kind of sunken into the ground. Almost like a halfling hovel, but like constructed. It's got a rather large entryway. This kind of circular, just kind of entrance, no door to speak of. And you guys can see that there's a fire brewing inside with smoke coming out this kind of opening at the very top of the hole. However, when you come inside, it's very dim, even with this fire in the middle. It's kind of smoky. And you see this large figure kind of moving in the background. And you guys place the stretcher on the ground, and the old man says, "Wise lizard, these travelers, one of them has fallen ill."
And the lizard turns around from whatever he was doing, which seems to be brewing potions or something along that line, turns to the adventurers and says, "Well, hello, welcome to my humble abode. Let me see that sick adventurer." And this, quite large, as Jacob, as the GM has so eloquently put, lizard man hunched forward a little, wearing kind of a patchwork between leathers made out of carcasses of animals that were hunted, and what seems to be his own take on human clothing, but they're not quite fitting for a lizard man, obviously. He tried to adapt them to the best of his abilities, but you can see he's kind of between civilizations, basically, and he's walking toward the sick adventurers, so Mouse.
Thanks for letting us in. Maybe you can help our friend.
I like this guy.
You guys want to describe your characters to our guest here? I don't think we've actually done it on on the stream. We did it during the pregame, so this would be a good time for everybody but Wisely to kind of articulate that.
So Vaclo is also strongly built. He's tall, 6'4" approximately, and you can see he's got like a deformation on his left shoulder, and the left side of his face is like kind of drowned out. His arm is a bit longer on this side or shorter. I'm not sure. I'm gonna remember. And he's heavily armored with a big chainmail. He's got like a sword, a warhammer on himself, and a shield, which he barely takes off ever. And yeah, he's shy. He's looking at his feet, except when he talks to you for a while then. And that's it. He holds back more than the others.
Sure, I'll go next. All right, so you see a human male with swarthy, darker skin and kind of pulled back, feathery black hair, wearing what appears to be a mottled gray tunic and trousers that are very simple, but kind of almost shift with the shadows as if they were made to, keep him out of sight, out of mind. And he has no really remarkable features on him aside from some scars that kind of go up towards his neck that you could imagine going farther down past that into his tunic across his chest. Yeah, and he's currently got a notebook open or a journal of some sort, kind of held in his hand, and he's like very lazily scribbling in it. But as you approach, he kind of goes, "Oh, huh, that was weird." And he appears to be a lot more alert now.
And then you'll also maybe notice a small child-sized gnome. Well, actually, she's 3'1¼ but just a small gnome with a really kind of square face, really wild hair, a boar a little bit taller than she is at the shoulder, and that's Cattywampus, and her best friend is Skew. And she has just a bow much larger than she is.
Comically large.
Yes.
All right. So I don't have a stat block for you, so I'll just use mouses because you're filling in for her. But that way we'll get the chat. If you want to go ahead and make a medicine check now.
Hold on. There you go.
18, not bad. All right. You spend a few minutes checking her over, applying some salves, investigating the symptoms, and you've seen this before on travelers. It's not really a local phenomenon. It's similar to type of illness you've seen back in your days in Sarheim. The locals call it the sewer plague. And it comes from trancing around in sewers.
Gross.
Oops.
It's not necessarily contagious. Usually it's like body fluids. So as long as she's isolated, it's not airborne or transferred by touch. However, it is a pretty severe illness that will take some treating over the course of at least a few days to make sure she's comes out of it okay.
So now, after examining her and getting all that information out of his knowledge of medicine, looks up to the other adventurers and says, "Well, you're in luck, because what she has is not contagious, at least as long as you do not touch her or, I'm assuming, consume her bodily fluids." And he looks at all the adventurers, so you did not intend to lick her or anything like that. So in that case, she should be fine. However, the illness is not usually found in common areas and usually found in adventurers that go in places they shouldn't be. So I don't have the ingredients on hand to treat her, but they're all around us. If you want me to treat her, I will gladly do so, but I might need to accompany you so that I can keep treating her and also gather the ingredients to be able to treat her.
We would like that. Which would your price be?
I've been scuttled in here for quite a long time. I mean, I enjoy the company of these people, but I kind of want to get out and see the world a little. So, for now, let's not talk about the price. Being in the company of such great adventurers, I'm assuming you're great adventurers, will be plenty enough for me for now. And I'll treat your friends, and if I need more ingredients or something like that, maybe you could pay for them. But other than that, just following along will be enough.
All right, Vaclo's gonna slap a palm on his shield and say, "Here, here." Then he's gonna get to you and extend a hand for a handshake.
And almost in a bird-like manner, well, lizard-like manner, he looks at the end and like kind of tilts his head again, and then shakes it.
Yeah, we don't understand him much either. It's fine.
Well, it is done. Maybe we can keep going.
Well, certainly, let me gather my stuff, and I'll be right there.
This was easy, y'all. Walk in the park.
Wait, you're telling me I'm not losing gold for something? Oh god.
I think it'd be worth it to save our chronicler. We never remember what happens day to day.
I feel so odd. It's like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders.
I don't think.
Don't get used to it.
Real quick. Are any of my mods on? Say so if you're here. Make yourself known. And while that's going on, let's go. Yeah. So you guys bring her back to the boat, with Nile in tow. And as you come, the oarsmen all kind of look at this lizardman with apprehension. And yeah.
And the lizardman, when he sees that sight, obviously he needs to explain himself, and he says, "Oh, I'm only here to help the sick adventurer. Don't worry. The skins that I made my pants off, those I ate. But the shirt, the human shirt, I did not eat."
They give him a wide berth.
I love this guy. He's a lot like me.
It's Vaclo's turn to be like,
That's made out of person.
Alright, so you regroup with Boldum and the mercenaries. And I assume you explain the situation.
No. Yeah, we do.
No!
I do.
Don't
It's
tell
a
them
secret,
anything.
corporate secret.
We bring the medicine man to help our mouse.
Ah,
She's not a mouse, she's a human.
She could be described as mousy.
Fair enough.
he's like, well, I've never traveled with a lizard folk before. But, you know, if that's what it'll take.
I mean, I've never traveled with a dwarf, but here we are.
The only
That's a good
thing
point.
even resembling something I've seen before is Vaclo. And usually you see that in the gutters. So,
Oh.
Hey, that's not nice. He's still chuckled a little bit.
Well, I'll make it easy for everyone. When you want to travel with something you've never traveled with before, you simply keep them with you.
A wise and a medicine man.
So what are you anyway?
Well, as you heard, I'm a wise lizard. I come from a faraway land. I got kind of lost here, and these folks were gentle enough to keep me around. And I use my trade, which is, as you can already assume, is healing. Back then it was lizards, but I learned to adapt my trade to other bodies, the less protected bodies of humans, and I'm assuming dwarfs would be pretty much the same. But yeah, so I know the nature pretty well. I can cast magic using nature.
I kind of look towards Caddy, and like there's concern in my eyes as I'm like looking back and forth between them.
Carl
You know,
kind of...
I don't know much about magic, really.
You talk to rats.
That is not magic, sir. That's just being a gnome.
Carl crosses his arms and he's like, oh, good. A magical lizard. Can't even say it.
Vaklo signs himself.
Well, if we must bring him along, I guess we shall.
Aye, please.
Let's get this over with. And the mercenaries, by this point, have pretty much loaded up the riverboat, and you guys will start heading upriver towards the last river town on your trip, which will be the town of Stelberg. So,
As we're traveling on the boat, can I say something real quick?
Sure, yeah.
So I actually do go up to a lizard man, even though I am kind of obviously apprehensive, because I don't imagine I've seen a lizard man ever in my life.
Actually, this might be a good time to kind of give y'all some information about the world you live in. No, you've never seen a lizard folk before. But however,
I figured.
they are nearby.
Very good essay.
But they're not exactly traders and travelers. To the south of your neighboring nation, Bolvakor, south of them is a kind of quasi-nation called Sarheim, which is where the lizard folk that you know of live. So that's probably the extent of your knowledge of them. Anyone, except, I mean, obviously now would know this, but anyone else can attempt a history check if you wish, to see if you know any more information about Sarheim and what's going on down south.
I shall.
I'm not gonna. Gareth doesn't have any reason to know about lizards. I don't feel like it would be appropriate.
22 and 8.
Nope.
You're
I don't
pretty
know much
confident.
outside the swamp.
Yeah, you were actually surprised that they walk on two legs. However, Vaklo, yeah, you as the son of a nobleman, you probably have heard some inklings, talked to some Bolvakori traders. The relations with the Sarheim is not tenable. However, they're not imperialistic. They're just kind of xenophobic and keep to themselves. But the settlers of the Bolvakor who are trying to populate the Long March, which is this stretch of kind of moorland that borders Sarheim, they both the Bolvakori and the Sarim just constantly raid one another, and it's kind of like this. It's a small war. There's not been any real battles. It's just been war bands killing each other over territory. When one group strays too far on the other's territory, there's usually a conflict. So the general notion among Eastmen is that lizard folk are hostile, akin to orcs, maybe less of a nuisance.
So Vaklo's gonna assume that since we haven't heard about ravenous lizard men, this guy's pretty tame or quiet.
Yeah,
Which
compared to
gonna suit him
the information you have, this guy seems abnormal.
Alright, well,
Gotcha.
I'm approaching regardless, and Garrett's going to look him over, and he thinks, do lizard people use gold, or do you like traded bones or something? Anyway, doesn't matter. You said you know the recipe for whatever we're going to use to fix mouse later. We're the kind of people who end up in sewers more often than anyone has any right to. Can you give me that recipe later?
I
Like
will.
the ingredients for the salves.
I will try to, but I know the names of the ingredients in my language. I'm not sure if it will translate well when I give you the recipe, but I sure can try to.
I can do descriptions. That's fine. We've got.
Oh,
some
sure,
time.
I can bring you along when I go get the ingredients.
Well, yeah, I wager if we're finding ingredients along the river here that you might be able to just kind of shadow him. I know you like following people.
Creep.
Those are both two words that do coincide with my vocabulary: shadows and follow.
I understand you.
You can call it shadowing. You save one word.
You could.
So,
Vaklo's
Where-
last name is Webster.
Yeah, he's smart.
do your kind typically walk about on two legs pretending to be people, or is this just a kind of you fitting in here thing?
No. My kind walks on two legs, but it's humans that try to replicate what lizardmen do.
Oh, really? Explain.
Well, we've been walking on two legs since as far as my kind has been intelligent enough to remember and record history. But when we met humans, we saw some of them crawling in the mud. So obviously, you guys started walking. Well, you guys, I mean, you don't look like a human. You kind of look like a dwarf, but not a stocky. I'm not sure what you are. But the rest of the people, they kind of walk on two legs, but that's after we showed them how to walk on two legs.
Huh. I totally believe you.
No persuasion check needed here. That sounds pretty legitimate.
So, I mean, what with the humans I've met? I'm just like, that makes a lot of sense.
The
logic
Lizardmen
checks out.
they saw swimmers and they were like, they can't walk.
Well, actually, the idea I was going with was if you look, it's all swamps through the borders. It's probably just people that got lost in the swamp were kind of halfway through the mud, and then Lizardmen saw that. They were like, yeah, they're crawling. Like, actually, they were just trying to get out of the goddamn mud.
So what's it
good.
like where you're from?
It's very damp, very hot. It's swamp everywhere. It's paradise.
That sounds delightful. It sounds just like home. I too am from the swamps.
And there's a lot of Wrigley's. Those are delicious.
You're so right. People don't appreciate. I got into a conversation just the other day about how people don't appreciate the use of bugs in fine dining. It's just ridiculous.
I agree, and they're everywhere.
I know, it's an endless food source. I like you a lot. I think we're gonna get along.
Certainly looks like it.
I just shuffle back over closer towards Vaclo and away from these two.
I'm just like, guys, he supports me on my bug eating mission.
Yep, Vaclo kind of misses Mouse. He's gonna go dampen her face with a wet cloth.
That makes
Please
one.
get well. Please get well.
Be careful not to get the fever on you.
Yeah, I'm careful.
He's like, Mouse, help, they're crazy.
Maybe we're the
Please don't
crazy
go.
ones.
Please don't go.
I'm just thinking Mouse would love to meet this guy though, because he's like totally novel and she could write about it. We would have documentation of like the coolest character we've met so far.
In fact, I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna take a page from her book. I'm gonna take notes since she can't.
A literal page from her book?
Well, I will keep the page
Okay.
in the book. I mean,
Got it.
I'm just gonna write.
Right, so let's head over to the map. And as the day progresses, you guys are going up the Stelrun River and arrive at Stelberg. So, Stelberg is kind of made up of two halves. As you can see on the map there, the river kind of Ys, and the Stelberg, the town proper, is on that peninsula between the two intersections. And at the center of where the three kind of prongs meet is an island, and on this island is a large kind of tandem tower and lighthouse. It is obviously a fortification. It's got arrow slits and battlements and ramparts, but at the very top is a large brass disc where they light a lantern and kind of shine lights down. So they have this fortified lighthouse.
Impressive.
And the town itself has palisade walls about its proper, and docks all along both sides of the river. And then on the southern bank from the main kind of triangular town is a kind of a sub-town. It's like a suburb, if you will, where there's a lot of taverns, because obviously travel goes from Stelberg to Hornbluff, and this is the South Road. And so, if you're coming or going, you'll stay on that side of the river instead of inside the larger town. So it's mostly taverns and pubs and warehouses, and there's a few kind of like shipyards where they construct boats and larger river boats.
Yeah, like tourist section.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Travelers. However, most traffic coming through Horn Bluff is kind of like your kind of sub trades. Nothing too like valuable. Any kind of because Bovacor has a lot of iron mines, and they ship those to Hetchel's Harbor. Because Hetchel's Harbor has a lot of smiths that'll immediately buy it before they kind of distribute it through Wimeria. So the people that come through Hornbluff are kind of peddling different kind of wares. A lot of luxuries come through Stelberg. So since you guys will be kind of coming up to that southern town, you'll probably find a lot of rugs and other kind of like amenities and luxuries on display. They tend to charge more the closer to the source. The further away they get from their home, the cheaper, because they're just trying to get rid of it and get home. So at this point, it'd probably be rather extravagant for the luxuries as far as how much it would cost. And I doubt you guys are in the mood to buy some rugs at this particular point
I
in
was
time.
just thinking I needed a carpet.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
What do you
not
need
at
a
all.
carpet for? You have a skew.
Well, a skew is not a carpet. But no, I don't need a carpet. Why would I? I'm not a sissy.
And another thing about the lighthouse is it branches off into a triangular keep with two much smaller towers, and the keep is called the Three Tower Keep, and that is where the Baron of the town resides.
I wonder why they call it that.
Yeah, weird. At the point at which you arrive at Stelberg, it's evening. The sun is on its ascent down. It's not quite light changing, but yeah, as you guys arrive, it's getting, there's not a lot of time. So Boldham immediately kind of goes into overdrive, and he's trying to find a place where he can stow the riverboat, and he's going to be buying new provisions. So he's like frantically, him and Golan, his compatriot, are frantically going around to all the markets trying to stock up. And in fact, he probably will be. You guys will probably land at the larger town first in order to make all these trades, buy the provisions you'll need for your journey to Hornbluff. You guys are kind of left to your own devices. The mercenaries kind of travel with Boldham, but if you guys want to disperse, I imagine you guys will quickly head to the southern bank and find an inn in order to put Mouse in a bed.
I also wanted to know if Boldham had a spot for the night, if he already had preferences.
Yeah, he already has, the Count Rudabar, the patron of this journey, has already kind of made arrangements all the way to Hornbluff, so there's an inn on the southern bank that already has rooms for you. However, because Boldham added the four of you, or rather the five of you, at a later date, you'll have to buy rooms. He finances it all, but yeah, he works it out. You guys actually, just for the sake of story, you guys are like at an adjacent inn since there wasn't enough room in that particular inn, because that's kind of like the higher class inn that the Count would have known of. You guys are kind of in the slummy second.
Anyways, until we actually find a town he's safe from the mercs. So yeah, no problem. That's what I'm gonna do. I think the travel and the sickness for Mouse warrants that we find a room ASAP.
Yeah, alright, so
Yeah.
you guys get Mouse into her room. Do you guys have any plans for the evening, or are you all gonna kind of in solidarity stay near Mouse and let Now kind of, ply his trade? Make sure she's...
Vaclo's gonna stay with her, and he's gonna play a dragon chess game with himself. Unless she gets she wakes up, but yeah.
She's pretty incapacitated.
He's pretty miserable, as you can see.
He misses his friend. I don't know. I might be low on arrows.
I look over at Caddy and I say, "Want to do something fun out in the streets?"
Yes, I was thinking we could play some pan flute and attract some attention. Don't you think?
That's a good idea. You're starting to think like me more every day. It's a terrible influence, but trust me, it works out eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Until you die.
Until you die. Well, ain't that the way? Yeah, we should find the busiest square.
If you want attention, bring the lizard.
I'm sure that'll bring some sort of attention.
Hmm.
No,
I could
the-
join the festivities, but first I need to go catch myself a meal, and I need to go gather some of the ingredients for your friend here.
Do you mean literally catch yourself a meal? Because they don't take kindly to waifs going missing around here. I'm sure.
Well, no. I eat small game like rabbit.
Oh. Okay, that makes a
Poor
lot more
guys.
sense.
Well, Gareth, do you need to follow our large reptilian friend to learn about the ingredients for this treatment?
Well, you guys seem to have a very nice plan going on, so what I can do is I can gather a little bit of extra and show you the plant when I'm back.
That would be delightful. Let's go play.
All right.
Where's the busiest part of town?
Are you guys going to cross back to the main part of the town, or are you going to stay in this kind of southern district?
Is this the tourist area?
Yeah.
Let's play some suckers first.
Okay. One thing to mention, now, you are getting a lot of sideways glances, not just from the locals, but from you're getting more dagger looks from Bolvacori who are staying here. Not all of them are have family and friends who have fought the Sauraim, but every Bolvacori regards you as an enemy. And more than once, I imagine you'll be stopped by the guards and, harassed to come of nothing, as long as you're accustomed to that kind of treatment, so you just kind of the right maneuvers to get out of it. But yeah.
Yeah, but every time it's usually what happens is I usually grows the person out.
Right.
Like, for example, on the way out, it's just normal. Like like he plays along and no, I don't mean any trouble. But when he comes back, he has like this rabbit that was once alive, but he took a bite straight out of him to kill him, basically. And then when he comes back, and the guards goes like, "You're such a savage." He goes like, "You want some?" And then he takes a bite straight out in front of the guards, like blood spewing, and they're like, "Oh God, just get the fuck out of my way."
That's great.
Yeah, and you hear some words, you don't know their meaning, but you don't know their exact meaning, but you know their intent. Probably some curse words in the Bolvacori local dialect. People spit as you pass if they're from Bolvacor.
He doesn't mind it too much. As you said, he's used to it. So
Yeah, and they're weak and squishy. So.
yeah, weak and squishy. That's why they're cute.
All right, so Gareth and Caddy, what do you have planned for us?
Well, nothing yet.
Oh no.
I love flying by the seat of my pants. So we're gonna find the busiest area in town,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try and convince Askew to like do some turns or some sort of the boar equivalent of dancing. They're not very agile, but we're gonna try.
Like
while I
one
play
hoof up,
pan flute.
then another hoof up, then another hoof
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna play pan flute. We're gonna really, really sell this. Like I'm gonna milk it.
New guy, if you need to step away real quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll focus
won't
on
be
these two.
All right. So I'm gonna get in the middle of this crowd. I'm gonna make sure I'm a distance from Gareth. That way he can pretend to be interested. And then I'm gonna be like, I bet you've never seen me, and I bet you've never seen a pig this talented. Let me show you how I can take all your worries away. Just follow me on a musical journey through the most mystical, distant lands of swamp. And I will teach you to feel and to love again. And then I'm going to make a pan flute roll. We'll see how it goes.
13. I mean, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
You garner a small crowd. And Gareth, I think I know what you're doing, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going for whoever in the back who looks like they have the biggest pockets.
Okay. Go ahead and make
why not?
a sleight of hand check.
I'm good at those, but every time I say that, I do terribly.
Yeah, well, you jinxed
First
it.
roll after being back for 2 weeks. Let's see how bad it goes. Hey!
All right,
Nice.
you nick a coin purse. It's got 18 silver in it. Not bad.
Hey, that's a pretty good run for free
And then
money.
you come up to the next mark, and you go to steal his coin purse, and you see that someone beat you to it.
Oh, that's fun. I'm immediately looking for who that is.
Roll perception. Yeah, perception.
Okay. Bam. Bam. Oof, fucking terrible. Alright.
Too many people looking at the child playing the flute weirdly.
Yeah. So you scan
Yeah,
around
too
and
many
you don't
people.
see anyone, and then you hear a voice you recognize from behind you.
Oh, shit.
And
If I recognize it, it's not good.
yeah, he's like, "Seems you're getting rusty. So far from home."
Oh. Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
Had fun.
So you turn around, and there's your friend, Winnebeck, another adventurer, part of the traveling group known as the Vagabonds. And as you turn around, he's casually throwing up this coin purse full of money that he just pinched off of someone. And he's got a big shit-eating grin on his face.
I really hope that's not mine, because you'll have a shiv in you quicker than you can say shit.
Is there no honor among thieves here in Lemuria?
No.
He starts laughing. Come, I find myself recently full of coin. I buy you drink.
Alright. I kind of look over at Caddy, and I give her the symbol of thumbs up, and then follow.
I'm gonna wrap up my performance like awkwardly fast.
Okay.
Like
Someone who
halfway
really needs to
through-
use the bathroom.
Yeah, like halfway through the melody, don't resolve the chord. Like, okay, bye.
She goes.
Out of tune.
Alright, so the pair of you and your boar kind of make your way to a tavern that isn't far from your inn. And as soon as you open the door, a trio of characters raise their mugs, and one of them is standing on the bar, strumming a lute, and then he kind of reaches down and grabs a pint of ale, and three people greet Gareth, and the first there is the halfling who is the one standing on the counter, and then there is a very fiery-haired, one-eyed dwarf who has a lot of beer in his beard at this point. And then there is a fairly good-looking half-elf woman with her hair tied back in a tight kind of braid. They're all like, they all greet him. They're like, "Gareth, what are you doing this far south? You finally left Stelholm."
Gareth,
I pissed
didn't
off
know
a
you had
lot of
friends.
people. Yes, I have friends. Oh my god. You're friends with rats.
Rats are excellent company. At least they're not. I mean, actually, I wasn't friends with the rats in the last place. They were so rude, and the crows in Stelholm were horrendous. But that's beside the point. At least they're not morally rats.
And Caddy, you hear from the corner, "Yeah, them shitty rats are something else." And you look down, and a little rat standing up and just shaking his head.
Thank you. And I gesture to him like, see Gareth, but he
I'm
doesn't.
imagining I just hear squeak, squeak, squeak.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he agrees with me.
I'm gonna
City
punch
rats.
that thing out the front door.
All right.
I'd
Make
like you
a
to
punch
try.
check.
I'm not actually gonna punch it. I'm just threatening it. All right.
Yeah,
I
as
look
you
back-
growl menacingly at the rat, he says that only Caddy can hear. "Oh, you damn city folk!" and scutters away.
Okay, I'm swamp folk, but I can't blame him for being angry about that one.
All right,
Aw.
and so the you two and Winnebeck kind of approach the table, and Winnebeck kind of pours some coins on the counter, and the ale starts to flow. And Esther, the leader of the vagabonds, says, "Who's your little friend?"
Well, little is a strong word. I'm 3 1 1/4.
Slightly less little, I guess.
Thank you.
And she grabs a big mug and just hands it to her.
Nice. Can I get a straw?
I can poke a hole in the side of the tankard for you.
That'd be.
The barkeep's like, "Whoa, hey, come on now."
I'm gonna like lap at the huge tankard of beer.
Like a dog.
I can't.
It's just a trough for her.
It's excellent.
She's gonna end up sleeping in it.
It's not that big.
That's Caddy. She talks to rats and occasionally birds.
And all sorts of other creatures, and sometimes humans. The least civilized of them all. I'm Caddy Wampus. Nice to meet you.
The halfling kind of nods and he's like, "I agree with that." And Esther says, "I'm Esther. You've already met Winnebeck." She gestures to the thief from Talvia.
Not really.
No, I mean,
He just took advantage of my excellent performance abilities, which I guess I'm not getting any cut of, but that's fine.
Yeah, and then he goes, "I did. Where were you, Goswin?" And he turns to the halfling, and the halfling's like, "Getting drunk, man."
I love this.
And lastly, Esther gestures to the fiery-haired, one-eyed dwarf. He says, "This is Buckrow," and Buckrow just burps.
he's fun.
Nice to meet you too. Well, were we not gonna go play the suckers in the main village?
I mean, we were, but then I met some old friends. Why are you all here, actually?
Oh, Esther kind of like takes a big sip, and she goes, "Well, we were headed for Par Mordarine, as we told you, but we decided to go the long way, see what the river had for us."
Mostly beer.
Did it have a rat witch? Ours had a rat witch.
No rat witch. Pretty uneventful, actually.
We're very lucky.
Boring. You don't have any stories to tell?
Well, to be honest, I don't remember much.
I
And Buckrow nods.
understand that.
Well, if you're all just here for the shits and giggles of taking the detour route, why don't you have some fun with us in the streets? It'll be like the old days, except I won't be in as much lethal danger.
Oh, you're rolling with us. You're going to be in lethal danger.
Excellent. So do y'all know is there like an every 15 minutes sort of rowboat from this side of the river to the other side?
There's a
Or we
ferry,
gonna
yeah.
have- Oh, cool. Nice. A little water bus. Then when do we need to catch that?
I don't keep track of their comings and goings. I'm sure we can wait for one.
Yeah, okay.
But we just ordered all this ale.
Well, I mean, if it's gonna take you that long, sure.
Buckrow just kind of like starts nodding. He's like, "Let's chug then." He starts chugging.
Someone get the dwarf funnel.
I'm gonna try
And then
to tilt my very large tankard. Like,
when you say someone get the dwarf funnel, he turns to Gareth and he goes, "Her name is Mary," and they all start laughing.
Nice.
Oh, God.
So I assume you guys all kind of stumble out of the tavern. The two of you are probably buzzed. The whole of the vagabonds are probably drunk. And just for fun, you guys at this moment will run into Now with his half-eaten squirrel. Or at this point, he's probably just cleaning it off.
Well, it looks like you
Yes,
got
but
a
I'm
snack.
keeping the bone.
Sure, yeah. Now I imagine you got like a bag and you're like swirling something in your mouth and you spit out like a perfectly clean bone and put it in there.
Yep.
They all stop and they're like,
He's
"Lizard
with us."
man."
Yes, I'm sure you thought you would lose me, but no, I'm still here.
So creepy.
Momentarily, he's with us. Momentarily.
Unfortunately, he's delightful.
Winnipeg's like, you keep strange company, Gareth. First gnome,
look at
now
yourself.
lizard folk.
It's not by choice most of the time.
Look, he was hanging out with a Cyclops before he met us, so I guess it's not that strange for him, is it?
What?
He's a one-eyed dwarf.
A wee cyclops.
Small one. I've never seen one in real life. The stories could have been conflated. You're larger than I am.
Well, maybe it's the gnomes telling the stories.
You coming our way? Now?
Well, yes, I did apply the medicine to Mouse. I guess I could follow. Looks interesting.
Do lizards get drunk?
I've never been. I can try.
Oh,
You
I'd
must
love
do
to
this for
see you
science.
try.
Honestly, recreational, debilitants in the lizard folk community probably involve a lot of hallucinogenics.
Yes, like
Mushrooms.
drugs more than
Yeah,
than
The
alcohol.
psychoactive thing.
licking toads.
Mush and molds. Licking toads. Hypno toads.
No toad.
Submit.
Like and subscribe.
Cool. Let's get our merry band of drunkards down to the ferry.
You guys want to go fetch Vaclo?
Yes.
So, Vaclo, there you are, playing chess with yourself, when a cadre of drunkards just kind of burst through the door.
Baclo, I found old friends.
Yeah, maybe that's.
Wesley's like sleeping. Mouse is sleeping, like, Vaclo's like, what are y'all doing? And we're like, hey!
And Vaclo's kind of like, okay, yeah, it's kind of boring here. Maybe, oh, okay, he looks at them and, oh, they need me. So he's gonna.
Yeah.
He's the designated driver.
Yep, so I'm gonna head down and, yeah. Put my armor and then head down. I'll be a minute.
Nice.
And it's actually 10, so I'm like a woman. But
Yeah.
don't ever
Nice.
dare.
Appreciate it.
When you finally come down, Buckrow's like, I'm getting sober! Come on!
Alright.
Alright, so, like a frat party in New Orleans, you guys paint the town red.
If I have to get beads, it's gonna take a long time. Donning.
Alright, at some point during the night, you guys will kind of like be chatting it up with the vagabonds, and they tell you that in order to pay for a boat from Hornbluff to the to the West Kingdom, and then from there they're going to head to Parbordrine. They've taken a job protecting a Bolvacori caravan headed home from Hornbluff, and they tell you. Well, I guess some of your characters may or may not know much about the South Road other than it's adjacent to the Thanger. But if you may recall, I believe Carl mentioned that there are quite a few dangers along the South Road other than just the Thanger elves.
Mm-hmm.
There are roaming bands of gnolls and also a large population of ogres live between Stelberg and the Watchful Peaks. So this is a perilous road. It's patrolled well, but occasionally patrols miss and commotion happens. And the vagabonds tell you that there are rumors that there is a growing band of ogres that are all kind of coming together under some kind of ogre leader. That's caused some discontent in the townsfolk here and the villages out among that area.
Isn't it generally good if you've got people coming together to create a singular community under one leader? Well, I guess not for their enemies. Never mind.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of enemies gathering around, you usually call that dead. You call that you're going to be dead.
You call that the development of a community.
A community centered around kicking your shins, and I guess it still counts as a community.
A few villagers who have survived this ogre band attacking them claim that the ogres themselves have started speaking of Ogre King.
Nice. I'm sure that will definitely not be important later.
Vaclo's taking notes.
What are the ogres like?
Generally jerks.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Green, a lot like onions.
No, they would be more kind of human toned.
They're big, they fat.
I missed a joke, I think.
Shrek for the win.
It was a Shrek reference.
They have many layers like onions.
Listen, Macabre, I'm old. I have children. I'm not hip with the youths.
Shrek is not a new movie.
Oh man.
That aside, I'm sure that's interesting. Are we getting to the other town? Because we're running out of alcohol in our blood.
No, I mean, yeah, at this point, this is like throughout the night. So you guys are in the main town.
Okay, because I want to play more music and I want to steal more money.
Naturally.
Caddy's taking to human society very well.
I'm a terrible influence.
She,
And
like,
you ran
didn't
into the
know what-
vagabonds, so yeah.
Yeah, she didn't know what cities were like at all. And then the one person she spent time with actually exploring a city was Gareth. She's like, this is normal. All right, I'm just going to make the pan flute check. We don't need to do the whole
And so
spiel.
far, I think this is the first time Vaclo's going to be witness to that.
You know,
It
Caddy,
was
you
not good.
just had too much to drink.
It is passionate.
I'm going to ask.
It is poorly in tune.
I'm
I
going
look
to ask the
towards
bystander
Goswell.
if it's normal that people usually spit in their flute. Do everybody do that?
I kind of kick Goswin, like lightly, and I'm like, "Hey, go up there and help her. She's dying out there."
And he's like,
I'm like,
you got it, Captain. And he staggers up.
and I'm like, hey, solo.
I look at Winnebeck. They're gonna die.
Bard. Performance +6. Alright. So this +6. Did I click it? Oof!
4 plus.
He's also
10.
he's got a 10, but it's not his finest.
No,
Am I drunk?
I don't know. How drunk is everybody at this point?
What
look,
did I drink?
Vaclo
It's
is
now
not
drink.
Buzz.
I'm a gnome and I had a huge tankard.
That's true.
How much time did now had to drink?
It's been a few hours.
So I drank a lot?
Yeah?
Okay, let's see. No, I'm not drunk. Damn it. Still,
I'm
still.
gonna do the same. Where are the saves on this one? Of course.
Now wants to be part of the party. He might not be drunk, but he wants to be part of the party. He doesn't know any musical instrument, but he does know a very neat magic trick. So he walks over to the people playing the pan flute and performing, and he raises his staff up in the air, and his staff is actually just a big branch that was the straightest one he could find in the woods. And he points it up in the sky, just like if you watch Lion King, the monkey with his staff with the little dangly things. He points it up in the air, and he starts casting. Like his eyes goes green, the atmosphere like becomes kind of windy and stuff and breeze. And he goes "Shillelagh!" and then his staff just becomes a little bit more crooked.
Nice.
Yeah, Buckrow's just like,
Yeah, at
I
first
love me
thought
some
that-
magic!
Caddy's losing her mind. She's like, oh my god!
At first, Vaclo was very worried, but then he's like, "What happened?" Because Vaclo is drunk, actually.
And then the Caddy's gonna like squat in the group of everybody and be like, ready? And like rub her hands together. She's gonna cast Minor Illusion to create a tiny 5-foot version of Now with the crooked stick. Like
I remembering my encounter from earlier, I just wiped my hand through the head of the minute.
no, like, you're supposed to be stealing people's stuff.
Yeah, I imagine you say that like out loud. You know?
He forgot he's too drunk.
It's so weird. It's like running your hand through like mist, but not really. Kind of funky.
Always very glittery too. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna ruin my tunic.
It won't stay very long. Well, that was an exciting evening.
All right, as the night drags on, you guys finish drinking. You guys get last call, and you catch a ferry back to the South Port. And just as you get off the ferry, and you're all kind of stumbling about, most of you are sloshed. You hear this kind of like popping sound and like a floosh. And you turn back around, and in the town proper, you see a fire on the northern bank start to just kind of envelop the docks.
Oh,
Each of
not
you-
again.
Each
Was
of you...
that us? Was that us?
Did we do that?
A large claw, throw my tanker down and start running down an alleyway.
Alright, those of you who aren't running, make a perception check, and I will allow you to choose, if you are still drunk, whether or not that perception check has disadvantage.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna guess my metabolism's
Oh,
not
now
that
we need
good.
to get your sheet. Can you change the settings to your sheet to prompt?
Okay.
Vaclo,
I have a 3, so yeah.
yeah. Okay, I think now with this 13 is going to be able to see it. So now you see what appears to be boats coming from the northern shore, and they are like moving into the town. And you spot these kind of large, rugged figures dismounting the boats with weapons drawn, and then just charging into the town.
And now describes this entire scene by saying, I see trouble!
What kind of...
Head
I'm
out of
gonna-
the alleyway.
I'm gonna turn
shit.
around and look the opposite direction and go, where?
And then now describes it in better words. He says, the squishies who are trying to look like lizard folk, they seem to be attacking the town.
Attack?
Oh, no!
Ah, shit.
All right,
I gotta get mouse.
Everyone make Constitution saves to see if you sober up from that sombering news.
Garrett's not drunk. Garrett
Oh, okay.
does. Garrett enjoys watching drunk people while he's not.
Garrett's just a
Vaclo, you
coward.
shake it off. Like the idea that people are under attack. Yeah, okay, so everyone is kind of like sobering up. You may still be a little foggy, but you're like, like, we're under attack? What's going on?
Yeah, you have to go into work, so you're like,
I mean,
Right.
I probably just
Flash
start
water in
running.
your face.
I probably just start running in the direction of the attack. I stop for a bit, I throw up, and then I'm good.
Esther says, we should probably get our weapons from the tavern, the inn, the place.
Oh,
You mean you don't keep them on you when you're drunk?
And now raises his staff in the air, and again the wind kind of picks up, and his eye goes green, and he goes, Shillelagh!
Buckrow goes, I got 2 weapons right here. Let me at him.
So
and I'm
are,
still well equipped.
are the ogre ships coming in towards like our side of
They're not
town, or,
ogre
like, from the
ships,
other
and they're coming in from the north, in the opposite direction of where the ogres would be.
yeah, we'll have to cross the river, so I'm kind of running ahead.
Yeah,
but,
so alarm bells
asking everybody to come.
Alarm bells start sounding, and a guard comes rushing through the street, and he's like, Orcs! Orcs attacking! People to your homes! To your homes!
Oh, fuck. Are you going, Caddy, or can we just let Vaklo die?
No, we gotta go. This sounds so fun.
Well,
Are you guys going back for your equipment? I imagine you didn't wander the town armed.
What? I definitely wander around armed.
I took the time
I
to don
do.
my
What are you
armor.
talking about?
So
I had
my
a
weapon.
stick.
But
So
I'm gonna go check on the tavern. Quite honestly, I think maybe it would take too much time to cross the river again.
Okay.
So
Um,
maybe protecting Mouse might be a more logical path for Vaklo.
So Vaklo, you turn to start heading towards the inn, and the rest of you are kind of on the pier, debating whether or not to go fight the orcs. When from the opposite shore, on the southern bank, it'll be on your left. You guys hear this kind of like snapping and almost like a turning, like really wood kind of crunching, like trees falling sounds coming from the bank, and you see these trees that are up against the shore just kind of twist and change and start dipping into the water, and these about 5 longboats made of trees just kind of get created right there on the shore. And as they're being formed, you see lines of elves march on them.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going back to the tavern.
Let's get Mouse and get the hell out.
Well, now just follows the party because he's a bit confused as to what's happening, and the only thing that's running through his mind right now is 3 should not be boat.
Yeah. And elves shouldn't be here either. So just remind me out of character. The elves and the Warmarian humans are very
Not friends.
on bad.
These do not look like your standard fare Wimerian elves. These look like Thanger elves, and yes, they are unfriendly. And one of those longships is headed right for the pier. Y'all's pier.
Yeah, let's go back to the tavern and bunk up for a while.
Okay, so you guys are going back to the tavern, and you're just going to hunker down?
Yes.
Well, we need to grab Mouse if we're leaving anyway. We can't just
And
leave
well,
her
we
here.
need to find out where the rest of our mercenaries are.
Yeah.
All right, as you guys get back to the tavern, at this point, Carl and Priska, Hoff, and Yuri are all armored, geared, and they're standing outside of the tavern adjacent to y'all's, and they come rushing over to you. They're like, God, I lose this accent so easily. Carl asks, like, we heard something about orcs.
We're in a 3-way between Thanger elves and orcs, and we are the bottom. So you may want to get ready to run.
I'm not getting spanked tonight.
There are all sorts of weird-looking humanoids, and they're way too big, and we need to get Mouse, and we need to be not in the middle of it.
Yeah, protecting Mouse is my priority. If not, I would be out there.
Well, it seems to me that the cart's not ready to go.
You're not ready to go?
Well, I mean, the cart will be ready in the morning.
Well, do Thanger elves make you more ready to go?
It's not a matter of want, little girl.
It is
I'm not
Alright,
a little
well
girl!
Let's bunker up in the fucking tavern. Something.
Yeah, let's... Which one is more fortified?
You ask
Probably
if,
your fancy one.
Boldham and Goldman are inside in their rooms. Vaklo, he kind of
I guess
approaches you, and he puts an arm on your good shoulder, and he's like, "If we're gonna stop these people, we're probably better off at the pier with the rest of the guards."
That sounds like an idea as long as somebody makes sure Mouse is safe. Can somebody take her to Baltrim?
Hoff, Yuri, go protect the minstrel. They nod and they like move over to the other end.
I'm gonna follow Carl.
And now says, but don't lick her.
Hoff's like, "You got it, big lizard."
It's good good advice. You never know when you might want to lick somebody.
You mean when you're gonna inadvertently lick somebody, right?
Well,
I'm
if
not
you're
sure. I've
accidentally
never been
licking
charged
somebody,
with
you
that
don't get
before.
much control
You know,
over
you tripped, she fell, and you just started licking. Tongue. You
pretty sure
you tried to stop your fall, tongue out. You know, as you do.
Why does this sound like an anime?
Because you watch too much, I think.
Probably.
I've never
That
been
might be
charged
it.
with that particular offense, but I'm pretty sure it's in the book somewhere.
But the good news is, despite being in an adventure D&D party, I look the most out of place, so I'm obviously the main character in the anime.
But Caddy has different colored hair.
Oh, okay,
She's
she
got the
wins.
Yu-Gi-Oh hair. She
Yeah.
wins.
She wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of way.
You're the filler episodes when we spend time just eating.
You're the beach episode character. We need to put the lizard in a bikini.
No, don't. I don't recommend it.
Two dead squirrels.
Yeah, Speedo style.
I'm not sure if I don't watch enough anime, in that I don't really watch anime, or I don't watch enough to get what's going on here. But it all
I
sounds
think
rather dark.
we might actually have veered into hentai now.
Oh no! All right,
No,
I know what that
that's
means.
fine.
We're out of here. All right,
Bye. Anyway,
Bye.
we go to the.
There's not enough tentacles yet.
all right. You guys start heading over to the pier, and at this point, this long ship made of like roots and branches and covered in leaves comes up along one of the main piers, and a good amount of Dengar elves start to disembark.
Can I shoot longbow for a couple rounds?
You want to get out your longbow and
Yeah, I would like before they get to the
Dang, you're
shore.
Are we-
the first elf that jumps. No, because you guys went all the way back to the tavern and then came all the way
Yeah.
back. They're already
Okay.
kind of up against the pier. And the first Thanger elf that jumps out holds up his hands. And the guards are starting to line up. There's only about there's probably quite a few. There's probably about 24 guards who are lined up at this pier as you guys kind of join them. And there's kind of like this kind of stillness as the first Thanger kind of has his hands up like this. The rest of them come off with like bows and arrows knocked, but no one is making a move to attack. And as he's kind of taking a few steps forward, behind him, you guys see this kind of towering 7-foot tall, broad-shouldered elf. He's wearing full plate armor that is glittering off the moonlight and the fires behind him. And he takes one step off the boat, and as he pulls himself off the boat actually rises, like his weight was like holding it down. This man is built like a tree. Like he's just broad and barrel-chested, and he's covered head to toe in this polished armor that kind of has this these kind of designs that make it look like fallen leaves all around him has just been turned to steel. And with him at his side is kind of a scrawnier looking elf. And unlike the rest who all have arrows and swords at their side, this elf is just carrying this long sword. It's about 6 feet long from the end of the handle to the tip, and in his sheath. And he's just kind of carrying it almost like it's some kind of holy relic. And he's just carrying it alongside this towering armored elf. And he's wearing his visor down. You can't really see him.
And now points to the big guy and says, "This is most likely their leader." And then he points to the small guy with the dude with the sword in his hand. And this is his food.
When Now's around, it's like a Marvel movie where it's like big serious moment joke. All right, and the elf with his arms up starts speaking in pretty decent Eastman. He says, "Men of this town, do not fear. The orcs will be leaving soon. You are safe on this shore. Do not intervene."
Who are
Seems
you?
like this ain't our fight.
Vaclo's gonna shout, "Who are you?" and take a step towards him. Step forward.
And
We
he
should be
kind of
maybe
starts
polite
lowering
to the
his hands and he's like, "My name is of no consequence. I am simply a messenger. from my lord. And he kind of takes a gesture back to this armored, towering figure. And he says, "We have not come to raid, we have not come to pillage. In fact, we are here to end this raid by the orcs and take them away from this place."
He means kill him.
I do not.
Oh, well, then that's boring.
You can see Vaclo's really uncertain, like he's... How do you say that? Like, doing like a horse. He's stampeding on place. I mean...
He's revving.
He's restless. Like, he doesn't know what to do, but he kind of wants to fight, but he thinks it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah, he's not really in charge here.
In terms of numbers, Jakin, I'm assuming the Tanger Elves outnumber pretty much the guards and the adventurers here.
It's... Yeah, I mean, they outnumber you by a handful.
Can we help y'all out a little bit at least? It's entertaining.
We need no help.
Well, it's not exactly a need thing, but more like a we want a slice of the action. We want to chill.
We might want to think about the mission first.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
Never
I
mind.
don't like
We're
it.
boring, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like it, but there's nothing else to do, it seems.
Vaclo, you feel the steely gaze of the man underneath the helmet locking right at you.
I probably have a shiver right there.
He opens his hand and kind of like does a gimme, and the man carrying a sword unbuckles these clasps, and he draws this curved longsword out. And as he does, it is as equally as polished as his armor. And you all note that the curve, like the blade where it's sharpened, is heavily serrated. And he takes this longsword and draws it from its sheath, and then throws it onto his shoulder. And then he starts taking a few steps forward and brushes past the speaker, and he points to Vaclo. And he says, "You want to fight, cripple?"
Vaclo was about to sheath his weapon. He's gonna stop mid-movement. He's gonna look at the guy. He's scared, but he's got an ego, so... You wanna fight? I will fight you! He's gonna get the tip of his sword out, and he's gonna advance towards the guy.
Ah, shit.
You hear this kind of like echoing.
I'm gonna be like, whoa, get him!
And he turns to his men, and he's like, "Bows down." And he kind of like he levels his sword, kind of parallel with the ground, and then he kind of starts walking towards you.
Alright, so I'm gonna brace myself and wait for him. I've got like my shield. I'm on my back foot, my sword on top of my shield. I'm gonna wait for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna uncork my bottle of orange misty potion and kind of wave it around, and I'm gonna cast Bless on Vaclo, and I kind of tap him on the shoulder and I say, "You fucking die. I take no responsibility." And I push him away, and I'm like slinking back.
Alright. I have no intention of dying. May the gods hear me.
Alright, I'm not gonna fill this battle map with unnecessary pieces. I'm just gonna put the combatants on.
I'm scared. Vaclo is not. I am.
Oh. So yeah, I cast Bless on myself and Vaclo and Caddy if I can.
Poor lizard folk gets no love.
You're outsider, you know?
So okay, I'll turn into a 3. So 3s become boats, and I turn into a 3.
We're still level 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Alright, you guys are not... only Vaklo is going to be rolling initiative, but you guys will be on the battle map, just in case.
Just in case, he says. I love when DMs say that.
Just in case he dies.
Well, if I die, I can get stabilized, and we'll see if elves are really trustworthy.
Well, it also depends how you die. If you turn into a paste, you can be stabilized as a paste, but I don't guarantee that you'll have a very bountiful life after.
That's true. Hopefully, it's not that. Okay, I said nothing.
Alright, Vaklo, you have you have the initiative.
Are you sure, though?
That's what it says.
So, I close the distance, and I'm gonna hit him with my Warhammer.
I'm keeping track of bless on my token.
Sorry,
I'll just take it off whenever Vaklo's turn starts or ends.
So that's a trip attack. Save DC 13. He's gonna have it, but I'm trying.
Okay. He has a +9 strength. Save. He failed.
Oh, maybe, just
Nice.
maybe.
He is going to use one of his abilities. He's going to use Indomitable. He gets to re-roll a failed saving throw.
Don't get excited too fast.
Natural 1, natural 20.
Alright, so you deal 14 damage to him.
Yep, and
Alright, you come
I'm
rushing
gonna
up to
try
him,
shove.
and you kind of wallop him right in the chest as his arms exposed with your warhammer, and he staggers back, almost losing his footing. And as he does, he kind of like swings his blade in front of him, and he's like,
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep pounding the guy with my bonus action shield opposed check. Athletics or acrobatics for him.
Athletics, acrobatics. Okay, he has a +9 acrobat. He has a +9 athletics.
Ugh.
Hey, at least I'm getting my natural 20s out of the way, right?
Yep.
Alright, so you bash him with the shield, and he just catches the lip of it with his free hand and pushes you right back.
I'm gonna tell him, you're good. I'm actually gonna try to turn this into a game for him. Like, oh, you're tough.
Alright, his turn.
Bring it. Oh yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, you feel his mailed gauntlet grind against his handle as he grabs it with both hands, and then he starts to just swing at you with his greatsword.
That's gonna hurt.
You have no idea. Alright, it's +9 to hit. You have 18 AC, so a 9 or
18.
higher will be a hit. Okay. He is going to deal 23 slashing damage to you. And then he comes around. Whoa, what happened to your health?
Well. Wait.
Oh, you changed your max. Not your current.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's better.
Alright. As you're reeling from his first blow, he comes around to attack again.
Oh. Oh no.
1 natural 20, 3 20s. Come on, in the same round.
And he does 37 slashing damage to you.
Minus 25.
That's not your full hit points, right?
Nope.
Okay, so you're not dead outright. So you wail into him with your warhammer, then you try to shield bash him. He catches it and throws it off of you. Then he kind of brings his blade around, catches your shield, and like catches it with part of the serrated blade, and the rest of it hits your side, and he wrenches, and a spew of blood comes out. And then as he pulls away, your shield goes flying to your side, and your vision starts to go blurry. Then he comes around and just goes right across your chest diagonally, cutting straight through your chainmail. Blood spews out of you. You tumble to the ground.
That might be the lesson Vaklo needed. So yeah, he's
And now, in all his wisdom, states, "This is not good."
That's why they call him the wise lizard.
Yeah, I'm wise. Not that smart, but I'm wise.
And with Vaklow's blood dripping off of his serrated blade, he kind of flicks it so the blood splatters on the ground, and he looks out at the rest of you and all the guards, and he says, he's actually going to say this in Elvish. Does anyone speak Elvish?
No, I speak.
Nope.
Before I go, I think I do. Yeah, I do.
He says in Elvish, and that is why you should let us do our work. And with one foot, he literally shoves Vaklo a few feet away from him, and then turns his back completely to the rest of you, and walks back. And he throws the sword to the guy with the scabbard, who grabs it and immediately pulls out the cloth and starts wiping the blood off of it.
I've got like an arrow knocked, but I'm trying to be wise.
If he was
Learn-
going
like-
for another strike at Vakla, I would have shot him.
please learn from Vaklo while he's going to the bathroom.
Jaken, it's been a while since I played D&D. How do I stabilize him?
Okay,
Medicine check.
it's a medicine check. Yeah.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is that now we'll walk toward Vaklo, but as he does so, he's gonna shake his stick/staff a little bit, and again his eyes will go green. But instead of casting Shillelagh, he actually casts guidance on medicine checks on himself. And then he gets over to Vaklo. He drags him a little bit away from the elves, because not so much as he fears the elves will kill Vaklo. Keep further away from the
Stop right now.
elves.
Hang on, my internet just took a shit. Stop talking if you can hear me. Wow. This. All right.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, all right. Was that on my end or was that Discord?
It just seems to be Discord. I lost everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost it.
The moment I lost you was you had just dragged Vaklo back and you were explaining why.
Well, basically, he's not so much afraid that the elves will kill Vaklo because he's pretty much dead already. He's more afraid that the elves will kill him while he tries to heal Vaklo, so he's pulling himself away with Vaklo. And then he's going to attempt a medicine check on him to stabilize him.
Okay.
And I get to add a d4 to that. Well, 9.
Okay.
It's not too good, but I guess it's the stress.
Well, Vaklo will make a death save before you can attempt again. Fortunately, there's no way he can die right now, so go ahead and make it again. And if you fail again, then we'll need to see his rolls before you can attempt again, because he rolls a natural 1.
I'm gonna give him a health action if I can. I'm not proficient in medicine though. But
Okay, in that case, roll medicine again because he's giving you advantage.
Oh, okay. My sheet just... My sheet gets away. Okay, so roll again, normal, submit. There you go, 18.
Okay, so with Gareth kind of helping you apply pressure to the wounds, you stabilize him.
Okay, do I have anything else aside from a spell that could bring him back? No, I would need to cast a spell. So for now, we'll just keep him barely conscious.
Oh, he's not conscious.
Well, he's mumbling random stuff. Talking about his mother or something like that. So.
Put the blood back in me. Put the blood back in me.
Anyway, I just need to close the windows quickly, so quick bear.
Okay.
I'm like, so Gareth like looks away from Vaklo's broken form, though he is, I suppose, not going to be dead from bleeding out, I guess, right now. And he's kind of twirling the ancient elvish arrow he has as he watches the giant figure walk away.
I don't like this guy one bit. I think he's too big for his britches. He needs to be knocked down a peg. He's too large in general. I don't like it.
I know, he's like 7 of you stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, but none of the class.
Exactly.
Thank you, Garrett. Appreciate it. And I'm sure Skew is worked up at the sight of such a good friend unconscious.
You're stable, by the way. Actually, go ahead. You make one death save throw. If you get a natural 20, you have 1 hit point. But, other than that, you're stable.
All right.
I'm back.
Backlight, did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm stable.
You are stable, but go ahead and make 1 death save throw, just to see if you roll a natural 20.
Natural 1.
Well, even a natural 1, you're still stable.
Yeah, because medicine checks. But we're just seeing if you have a hit point.
Oh, wow.
That
I
is a
would
natural
die.
1. Okay. There is a death
I
save
guess
on the
I
sheet.
died.
There's a death save button.
Oh, because I did a con
Yeah.
thing.
Uh,
Dead save, dead save, dead save.
on the core stats
Oh,
at the
right there.
bottom.
What are the chances of that? Quite honestly.
Alright,
Wait,
I'll
did
give
we
it to
have
you,
one?
since you rolled con before. Alright, so, yeah, you have 1 hit point. So, as now is bandaged, now and Gareth have bandaged your wounds, you kind of like wake up. You went somewhere for a moment. You're not sure where you went, but it wasn't pleasant. It was cold.
The only thing he says is like half amount of it. He comes in and he comes out and he's like, "That's a worthy opponent.
Oh.
I want to be like him when I grow up."
Buckrow kind of kneels down and kind of like pats Vakla on the head. He's like, "It's a little more than worthy, I think."
And now, not meaning it as an insult, but more he's wise and he states the obvious. He says, "That was not much of a fight."
Nope.
I look towards the guards. Are they doing jack shit here, or are they just letting the elves go away?
They're rattling with fear.
Fucking pussies. And I'm just...
It's all around you. It's like
Oh,
someone
man.
grabbed a rain stick and just started vibrating it. They're all just shaking in their chainmail.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to go and pickpocket one of them near the back and start heading back to the tavern.
All right. So, as this is all happening in the background, you see that the orcs that have moved through Stelberg have moved onto the elvish longships. There's a lot of orcs. They fill up the 4 longships, and then they start to sail back towards the shore where the elves came from.
Well, it's none of my business, and I'm gonna try to head out.
Yeah, I'm out of this one.
Yeah. No shit, Sherlock.
And
Well,
I'm here to heal Mouse and now Vaklo, so I'm following the party and the wounded.
Yeah, the thing is, Vaklo probably wants to go into the fight. He's just not able. And
There's a
for
pretty
us-
strong correlation between party and wounded.
Well, most of the time it's Vaklo.
These guards aren't gonna be using those arrows. I'll take some and leave.
Roll sleight of
I
hand.
can you.
At this point, if they catch me, they're just gonna be like, "Dude, no."
Roll sleight of hand.
All right, here comes my ones. Here it goes. Not a 1.
Every time you roll, you say you're gonna have a 1.
It's because I feel it in my soul every time.
Okay.
I feel your pain.
So you guys take Vaklo back to the inn, and now has 2 patients.
Yes.
Fortunately, it's Dungeons and Dragons. So after a long rest, Vaklo is fine.
Just but a scratch.
Takes a nap.
Yeah.
I'm basically the Black Knight from Monty Python. Just but a
I'll
scratch.
bite your legs off.
You're running away, you coward.
Can we get rid of the red X on my?
We can.
It's a bad memory.
I forgot you guys were still on this
Stars
map.
are gonna be woes.
I'll put
Oh,
I'll
okay.
put you
So
guys back.
I did. Never mind.
I got a 6 too.
All right. So
Uh,
the next morning, Mouse is still under the weather.
and Vaclo is very hangover.
Yeah, one can say that. Now make another medicine check on Mouse's
Let's
behalf.
see this. Medicine, normal, boom.
Okay, you're keeping her condition improving. She's on the mend, but she's still quite ill. Uh, Today she stopped puking, so that's good, and you're able to get some fluids in her. Yeah, so you guys come down. Our Vaclo comes down last. He's kind of like he's still got all those. He's got fresh bandages on. He's feeling better, but obviously he just got.
Yeah, the worst is I fell on my butt, so I kind of walk sore.
Oh, yeah. That's what happened.
He's even more hunchback than usual.
God damn it.
The mercenaries and the vagabonds and the rest of the party are kind of downstairs eating breakfast, and they all kind of look at Vaclo like, you know, like the wounded soldier that he is, and they're like, Carl comes up and he's like, "Are you doing all right?"
I survive. It, frankly, not the worst I've had.
Well, it's the worst I've seen.
Yeah. I can't. He looks at the scar. He's like, because it's already a scar. Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, so you guys all eat breakfast, and you load Mouse on the stretcher onto your cart, and you now have you have two wagons, both of them pulled by a pair of oxen, and Boldum approaches you guys, and he's like, "Well, I've heard mumblings about what happened last night. Vaclo, you doing all right?"
I'll probably be a few days, but I'm still able to protect you. Grey Banners, promise.
All right.
Grey Banners honor. I mean,
I'm not from around here, but is it usual for orcs and elves to work together?
I'm gonna roll a history check on that.
Sure.
Actually, will too, even though I'm not quite from here. I've been here long enough.
Too bad this morning I'm having troubles calling.
Now you've never heard of that happening. Orcs don't usually work with anybody. And Caddy, you're confident that in the history of ever, elves and orcs don't work together.
Especially not the Thanger. You know,
Right.
like
The Thanger don't work with anybody.
They're the least hospitable of any kind of elf.
Still,
And I hardly believe they're going to be friendly with orcs, especially.
still, they said they were here to help. What happened to the town?
Who were they here to help? Really?
Carl says, "Well, the orcs sacked a small chunk of the town proper before getting on the elves' boats. A few dozen dead. Some property damage. You know, orc
Okay.
stuff. But I've been asking around since morning, and it seems that these orcs are the same ones that sacked Olenwold to the north.
The Thanger ones or the orcs?
The orcs. They're carrying the same banner. They say they're the Burning Wake clan."
Makes sense. It's a fitting name.
Is anyone just a little bit perturbed by the fact that ogres have a king now, apparently, and now Thanger assholes and orcs are seeming to get along swimmingly?
It's ill
Yeah.
tidings, but hopefully for the rest of our journey it won't be a problem.
Yeah, I've never found to have any problems when my enemies all start to organize together. You know, that's never been an issue. It's always turned out very nicely. Do you understand what I'm doing, sir? It's called sarcasm.
Priska gets a wide smirk and she's like, "How many enemies do you have?"
Look, you did not talk to the crows in Stelton.
Every crow in a 30-mile radius, at least.
And then on the side of the street in a gutter, a rat goes, "Those damn city crows!"
I know, right?
Are all rats so racist? I mean,
You don't understand it, Vaclo.
I know.
It's not a matter of whether or not they're crows or rats, but more about where they live, generally.
Oh yeah, just like humans.
Yeah, the one they don't got any of that country hospitality.
What's that?
A farce.
Damn, too soon,
That escalated.
too real.
Anyway,
All right, so the four of you and Mouse will occupy the front wagon, and the mercenaries and all the cargo and supplies will occupy the rear wagon. And Golan is in the rear wagon, and Boldum is in the front wagon. And you guys start making your way south, down the south road towards Hornbluff. The journey will take you the better part of 3 days.
Vaclo's gonna sharpen his sword and keep an eye out.
Actually,
Yeah,
it would take
I
you
wanna have
just
a-
barely more than 2 days, actually. I remember, now that you're on wagon, you go 4 hexes a turn instead of 3 a day.
So on foot is always 3.
And if you have mounts, it's 4.
Okay, cool.
I want to make sure that we're all kind of like if Vaclo is on one side looking out, I can be on the other side looking out, bow in hand and at the ready.
Oh, right, Gareth. What'd you get on that 16?
Yeah.
You just got a fistful, so let's say 6.
Okay. Oh, by the way, add 7 gold to your inventory, Caddy, because I'm giving you half the gold we got from our little escapade. I mean, not gold, silver.
Yeah. I was about to say gold. Nice.
No.
Score.
Yeah, I don't have any money, so that's really helpful.
There you go. Now you have some money. Wait, you don't have any money? Any?
That's sarcasm.
Don't lie to me.
You weren't there when she strong-armed the populace of Stelton.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I
wasn't
Yeah,
there.
I'm absolutely broke, Gareth.
you would have been proud, Gareth.
Yeah, actually, there was a moment of time there where I just blacked out. I was actually going to ask someone about that if something was wrong with me. I have like 3 pages in my journal where it's just all scribbles.
Yeah,
There's no notes.
you were incredibly charming, so just like normal.
Okay.
Just a small concussion.
Remind me to never go into a coma around any of you.
Yeah, I'm sure that will never be an issue.
But going into a coma around a wise lizard is the best moment.
It has been said.
By the wise lizard.
Yes. And you should listen.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we have much of an audience. Not even my moderators are on tonight. I was going to do some chat engagement, but I don't know if we have much of a chat to engage with.
I mean, I'm on the chat and there's another person.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
And I believe one of my friends has been listening in, but I think it's been in the background of whatever she was working on.
All right, I mean that's cool. Yeah, I had a thing, but I don't know if it's worth doing with just the players voting. So I will pocket that for later, I guess. It's a little down, but that's all right. We're bouncing back after a little hiatus.
Yeah, it takes time. You can't expect like 5-6 sessions to be.
So instead of doing it randomly, I'm gonna pick the one that I'm certain to have the most fun with. So the first day is uneventful. And you guys set off. You guys kind of make camp at the side of the road. You eat some of your provisions, and then you head off again. And you're not long into the morning, wherein you spot a man in fine, albeit mud-soaked clothes, unconscious on the side of the road.
That's seeing the fine clothes. I actually want to help him right away, but I
I
don't
do
know
not
that's
want to
him.
help him at all.
So
Backlow's
I don't know that's
classist.
him. Yeah, I am. And I'm gonna ask the wise medicine lizard man to come and check the guy with me.
So you guys bring the caravan to a halt, and Vaklo, and are you coming off now?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch around to see if it might be a trap because I've heard about such diversions, but I'm gonna be the first on the site near the guy.
I've
And
got my
Mal's
bow
gonna be a few
drawn.
feet behind. He's coming over as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what were you
I'm
saying,
gonna
Caddy?
check.
Oh, I said I've got like an arrow like drawn. I don't want to do this. I don't like this. Leave him alone.
Watch our back in case there's more elves.
Okay. So you guys approach. As you guys come across him, he's like half his face is in the mud, and the other half is kind of just snoring softly.
I'm gonna
He's
in
like,
his face.
what? No.
I bet he's just a drunk.
He's alive.
Bad.
And I'm
Put a
gonna
pin in that guy.
I'm gonna let him on the ground, see if he wakes up, and I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, he
look
kind of like
around.
looks around and he's like dusts some of the mud off, and he kind of sits up.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
He looks around and he finds a hat in the mud, and he's like, he throws it away, and he's like, my good man, I am ilwDY, the troubadour, and I have no idea where I am.
Clearly.
I appear to be in a mud pile.
a mud pile between Stelberg and Hornbluff. Indeed.
Oh, well, I haven't veered too far off course then, my lad. So he's a rather a young, handsome, rugged-looking man with a very well-trimmed kind of pencil mustache and a little goatee.
Please repeat his name.
ilwDY. I'll type it.
Thank you.
And he looks at now and he's like, oh my. What is that?
That is a wise lizard. And then he just kind of opens his arms like kind of a hello.
He's like, you're certainly the wisest I've ever met.
Thank you.
And what are you?
Oh, who said that? Oh, there's a small person.
With an arrow trained on you.
I am a troubadour with a pounding headache. I believe I had too much to drink last night.
Told you he was a drunk.
I'm gonna hand him my flask. There you go, mate.
Oh, much appreciated. And he takes a
Hair of the
swig.
dog.
He's like,
I meant that for a shower. You stink.
oh, quite right. And he just kind of pours on his face and like, damn. Much appreciated, my good man. Would you guys be headed north, perchance, towards Stelberg?
No.
Quite the opposite, my friend.
Oh, that's rather unfortunate. Oh, well, it's better than being in the mud on the side of the road. Do you believe would it be too much trouble for me to hitch a ride?
We should probably ask the person financing this party whether or not we can feed a no-good drunk.
Yeah. At this point, Vaclo's just gonna go tell Carl and Baltrim, everybody about the drunk troubadour on the road, trying to hitch a ride.
Boldham's like, well, Vakalo, he doesn't sound like a brigand type. I defer to your judgment. Should we bring him along?
He seems to be alone. It would be it would be lacking to leave him here to die.
And
As you guys are talking, he's like rummaging around and he pulls this sack out of the mud and he opens it and he's like, whew. And he closes it back up again and kind of
and now
gently puts it over his shoulder.
since the guy mentioned a headache, and now immediately thinks like, you know, a typical headache, not a drunken hangover headache, because as I said, now does not drink that much. He drank for the first time since you guys made him drink. He grabs from his little satchel of pouch of stuff. He grabs a leaf of something. You don't know what it is. He just had it on it. He like chews on it to make it a paste, and he goes like, "Here for your headache."
Oh, it's quite all right. I
You
believe I'll
applied
manage.
it
It's what's that? It's gone already. Thank you, my good lizard.
See, he's good.
So Vaklo, I didn't hear your verdict.
See how good he is.
No, I mean,
It's not a god.
Boldham's saying like, you know, do you
Oh,
think we should bring him
oh.
along?
Yeah, like you said, like it would be irresponsible to let him die here, but we should keep a close eye on him. I'm
Alright.
not sure I believe his story.
Well, we'll keep him in the front wagon with you lot. We have enough provisions. It shouldn't be too much to have one more mouth to feed. It's not like poor Mouse is eating much these days. Alright, well, bring him along.
She's getting better, though.
And so, you come back, Vaklo?
Yeah, I come back and I'm gonna look at the guy, like his equipment. Does he have any weapons? Does he
No.
have armor?
He has a bag, like a small, maybe 2-foot bag. You can tell there's something,
And I
an
don't-
object in there. It doesn't seem to have much weight to it.
Yeah, I did notice he was like, shoo. So I'm gonna ask him, like, what's in the bag, friend?
Oh, wow. He opens it. My loot, good fellow.
I'm gonna look into it.
It's got his loot. He's like, really quality.
So his loot is like gold pieces.
No,
silver.
LUTE.
Oh, loot. Oh, okay. It's a nice one indeed. We do have a magician. I'm gonna point to Caddy.
Is that right? Well, unfortunately, I lost all my coin at the horse race, but I could give you another form of payment for your generosity. Oh, is this the wagon here? And he climbs up next to Caddy, and he's like, "Oh, hello, good lady." And he looks at the back and says, "Oh my, you seem to have a dead woman back here."
No, she's just nearly dead. It's fine.
Oh, all right, well.
She's getting better.
Don't lick her though.
She better.
Then I
No,
point
no,
it now.
don't lick her.
I pointed now like I remembered.
Yes.
Good heavens, why would anyone lick her?
Well, you did offer an alternative form.
Oh, God.
That was gold. Well
You know, you're the first gnome I've met. You seem a curious type. Speaking of gnomes, what an interesting band you have here. I see some dwarves, whatever this tall, scaled thing is, and of course the gnome.
He's a wise lizard.
I heard that, yes.
Yeah. You forgot Askew though.
What? Oh my, there's a boar.
Yeah, but he's actually really fun, not boring at all.
Oh, excellent. As I said, I don't know if anyone heard me, I am ilwDY the Troubadour, a traveling minstrel. I hail from Zenarov, and I have been traveling the kingdom, spreading music and other
What
things.
Like
what news from
diseases?
Zedorov?
Everyone talked at once.
Yeah, sorry.
Diseases.
God damn.
I mean, Vaklo perks up as soon as he mentions Zedorov, and he's gonna ask him, "What news from Zedorov? How long have you been there? How long ago have you been there?"
Oh, I haven't been back to the city in years. I'm sorry, good lad.
No problem. I'm just nostalgic.
Well,
Patty Wampus.
Caddy Wampus, pleased to meet you. He shakes your hand. And what about that rather dark figure in the back there?
Gareth is just reading his journal and looking quite perplexed. Kind of looks up. Huh? What? Leave me alone.
Of course, sir. And what about you, my rugged savior? That's you, Vaclo.
Exactly.
I left Zenirov.
No, your name, good sir.
Oh, Vaclo Drosiar.
Oh, Drosiar. I know that family.
Of course, but I would rather not talk about it right now.
Sure. A rather enigmatic group of travelers, are you not?
I would look. I heard from a bulldog that he smells like father issues, so we don't really go there with Vaclo.
I see. I have often took the advice of bulldogs in my time.
They're really it's interesting how much insight bulldogs have despite their simplicity.
Caddy, I believe that was sarcasm.
Oh no. Quite the contrary.
My bad.
I am quite fond of the company of animals, especially since I spend many a night beside them when the coin runs dry.
Yeah, I feel that. But I'm flat broke right now too. Actually, we should go have some musical performances sometime.
Vaclo was thinking about hiding his purse.
Well, you see, I was just recently at a horse race at a nearby village. Well, I don't know how nearby. A few miles off the south road. And I was hitching a ride back to Stelberg. And that was the last thing I remember.
Yeah, you probably chose the wrong horse.
It wasn't a horse, it was a wagon.
Well,
I was
I
riding
was
on the back of
talking
it, and I
about
remember falling
horse race.
asleep. That is not.
Yeah, clearly it hasn't bothered you at all.
It is. I am of the mind that coin is to be spent. Do you not agree?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, where I grew up, you didn't really have it because it wasn't very important. So, not a non-issue.
How barbaric!
One of us was sleeping in the mud, so.
Well,
not be
touche.
concerned.
So, by now that you guys start heading along the road, heading towards your next stop, and he's like, "So, what takes you to Hornbluff, if I may pry?"
You mayn't.
You may not.
Oh, how intriguing!
Like,
Well,
I'm sure that was
like Vaclo's gonna talk to a commoner about their mission. Come on.
Well, I can tell you why I'm heading to Hornbluff.
Oh, please do, Sir Wise.
I'm healing her.
Oh. Well, I suppose someone should.
Now's a real
we've-
silver tongue. That one.
We've heard rumors about ogres and orcs and elves organizing. We're here to investigate.
Ah, that does sound rather dreadful, but it would make for a good tale.
Oh yeah, you should hear about some of the stuff we've done. Absolutely wild.
Well, I lost my journal, it seems. I'll have to get one when we arrive at Hornbluff, Stelberg. Where are we going again?
Not important.
On adventure.
We're being purposefully obtuse.
Yes, so it seems.
Yeah, all
I
our information.
respect secrets, it's fine.
All our information seems to be coming out. Guys, what's the word? Like, kind of lopsided. Like not very concise. What's the word for that?
Think of your boar.
Askew?
No, that's a pig.
Off kilter.
Off kilter. That's exactly the word I was looking for.
Nice.
But really, we look bizarre, but we're very simple. But we are adventurers, part of the Great Banner. I'm sure you've heard of us. So if you wanted us to recount some of our amazing feats, we could easily do that for you.
Well, I have the time, and I do love a good story.
Delightful. Who wants to start?
He looks around
Mouse.
expectingly.
Vaclo looks at Mouse expectantly.
Mouse is our storyteller. It doesn't really seem fair to go telling stories without her.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood if Mouse is not telling.
We we could always tell him about that time we fought the fire creature.
Oh, yes, that time we almost burned.
That was a
Oh.
successful trip.
Yes, it was, but it was a close call. So we do get hired by those merchants wanting us to investigate and guard their warehouse. They've told us their wares were stolen, but during the night there's an actual fire creature attacked the warehouse. If you ask me, that is no thief.
Certainly not. What would a fire creature need with wares?
Yeah, almost burned the whole district down. Luckily,
That's suspicious.
once again, he looks at Mouse. She brought help. She rang the alarm and she saved the town.
But Gareth was an excellent fireman. He showed such bravery and courage, putting out multiple me-sized blazes.
Gareth, is
As
that
he's
the...
reading his journal, he just gives him like a thumbs up.
It is true.
You know, I happen to have run across some rather interesting elements of fire on my travels. I was once down in bcoEL.
Sing a song.
What? Oh, my throat's rather dry, I'm afraid.
I hand him my water skin.
That's not the kind of liquid I usually require before I start to sing.
Well, you're not a very good minstrel, are
But you know
you?
what? And he pulls out his lute. I'll make an exception. And he takes your water skin and takes a swig. And he starts strumming. And he starts tuning. And he's like, well, let me regale you all of a story of a time I was in Tuscarora, the capital of bcoEL. And I'm not going to sing. But he does.
Oh,
I don't want to hurt you guys, like, physically.
This is honorable.
He starts to sing. He's kind of like what's the
Wait,
you
can
would
you
you would know
just-
this, Caddy. What's the term of a storyteller through song?
What?
A ballad.
Besides-
Someone who
Oh
sings
yeah, a
ballads.
ballad.
He's singing a ballad
Okay.
about his own adventures in Tuscarora, and he's telling about how he was in the court of a lord entertaining them when another entertainer came in and with a brazier he created a woman made of fire who danced to the music. And then his ballad continues to talk about other women who were on fire metaphorically.
Oh, nice.
hairpiece?
Yeah, the sun came out and then poof. He's quite good. He seems a little rusty, but you could tell he is a talented individual.
Okay, cool. I wanted to know if he was a fake minstrel, troubadour, whatever.
No, he is as advertised.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, you guys travel along with Iflar, and you guys are going to make camp a few miles away from Hornbluff for the night, and then arrive in Hornbluff first thing in the morning. And that's going to be where we're going to go ahead and go to our break. So once again, we're going to try to do 15 minutes. We're not very good at keeping to that. Depends on the kiddo. So we'll try to be back around 20 after.
Good luck, J-Ken.
20 after. Okay. So we got 2 more hours of Fire and Blade, and maybe we can get some of my moderators on. I'm going to go yell at them during the break. So that'll be fun. So we'll be back.
you gotta be at a drink.
Reached into a cage.
Yeah, we're live, Gareth.
Huh?
We're live.
Oh no.
Oh no!
right.
I knew. All right, we're back. We were in the middle of story time with streamers. One of my mods is now here. Yay!
Hey! Welcome back.
That's you. You can say hi now. Oh wait, I guess maybe you haven't caught up. She's behind. All right. Where were we? Right. You guys were basically about to head into Hornbluff.
Yeah, we just camped after listening to our duo of musicians.
No, just the one.
Oh, that's right, just the one. You paid him.
All right. Cool. So the next morning, you guys will pack up and make the final trek towards Hornbluff. And yeah, it's pretty uneventful. Iflar is like, well, my good people, again, I thank you deeply for picking me up off the side of the road in my time of need, and providing me with transportation to someplace a little more hospitable than said side of road.
I don't know. I find mud pretty hospitable.
Well, to each their own, as they say.
Oh, it sure is better than a pile of mud.
We'll see. Nah, I'm sure we're
I
fine.
I hope.
He impressed me musically. He's probably fine. I'm not too worried about it. At least he's not a threat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm starting
I mean,
to
look at
appreciate
him.
him.
Sidebar: I turned down new guy because I think he was coming in a little hot. So let
But
me
I'm
know.
always hot.
So
Nice.
Now that we have a chat, let me know if everybody's volumes are good.
Sounds good to me so far.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent party time.
Again, we just did party time. I got my ass kicked.
different kind of party.
That was a Vaclo blood party. This is a let's go to Hornbluff party.
Now stop appearing on that monitor. Bad. Open office. Sit. Okay, so Hornbluff. This town is a place for fishermen and other seafarers of the Wymeria that make use of the Horned Gulf. It is also the landing site of the majority of trade coming out of Bulbacore, specifically from the town of Ulgvask. Mercenary and military ships protect the route from pirates. Little shy of 5,000 people here. And just like at Stelberg, it has a sort of hybrid lighthouse keep just outside of town on the coastline. And it is called the Light Keep. You guys don't spend much time in Hornbluff. Boldum immediately gets underway, getting the last of his provisions, but an emissary of Count Rudabar has already been laying the groundwork for you guys to set sail on Hornbluff. And you guys say goodbye to Iflar, and he promises that if you guys cross paths again, he shall return your kindness.
I wish him the best of luck and hope our roads meet again.
I'm gonna say like, Aflar, I doubt you're gonna have any money then either, but you'll be good company, so it's fine.
All right, so it's just after noon when you guys board this ship. It's basically like a seafaring barge. It's loaded with all of the provisions you're going to be needing and supplies and equipment. And you guys are going to set sail. I'm going to quickly show the map here. And you guys should arrive at your destination pretty much before nightfall, given that the winds are favorable. Which of your characters has ever been, or rather, which of your characters has never been at sea?
I want to say Garrett's never been at sea. Probably not.
Vaclo's never been.
Okay. So for everybody except for the person who was brought here by sea, this is your first time out, basically in the ocean. It's not really an ocean; it's more like an enclosed sea. It is a sea. Yeah. So yeah, but this is probably the most water you've seen, at least been around you. Obviously, you guys have been to the coast. So how did each of you react to seeing nothing but water all around you?
Vaclo doesn't like being on the near the side, the railings of the boat. He tries to stay near one of the masts, and most of the time he clutches it because he's not used to not being able to hold his equilibrium.
All right.
So
Caddy's-
yeah, he doesn't like it so far. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Gareth is kind of like
Caddy's
clinging
not
to the
unfamiliar
rail
with
a
the
bit.
ocean. She grew up
Looking
kind of
out.
like bottlenecked
Kinda
in that little
staring
peninsula and then the swamp.
Gareth,
Gareth and Caddy, you
can't
guys are
hear-
talking over each other. Can you guys not hear each
Oh.
other again?
No, I couldn't
Oh, I
hear,
can't hear her either.
Gareth, but he said he was going to open roll 20, but I'm not hearing him either. Let me check that I'm receiving voice.
Try refreshing.
I am, but I'm going to reconnect.
Yeah, both
Sorry, thanks,
because-
guys.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, what's happening? So rude.
Can't believe us.
I can't believe this. They're completely disregarding one another.
Okay, can Gareth say something?
Gareth, you can't hear Caddy, right? Say something, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got me?
He can't hear you, so the one way he shoots back. I know Caddy reconnected. Gareth, did you reconnect?
To roll 20.
I'm reconnecting the roll 20 again.
Yeah, I'll
Here,
do it
try
again
a few
just in
times.
case.
I was just wondering because there's a difference between refreshing and reconnecting.
Let me try and reconnect. So refreshing isn't fixing it.
Okay, well while he's sorting that out, Caddy, what were you saying?
I just said that I've grown up near the ocean as far as the recluse where my little home is technically pretty close to the shore. I just spent most of my time in the swamp a little farther away from the sea, so
Right.
It's unfamiliar but not totally off-putting.
Okay. We still waiting, Gareth?
Yeah, I can't hear.
I can hear him though.
So it's once again from macabre to dapper. It's the issue. Ugh.
You guys, your computers don't like each other.
Not at all.
Well, we can always blame Wisely. 'Cause she's
How about I close out Discord and roll 20 and I open them both again?
Sure, let's try that. Alright, the cameras are going to get a little fudgy. We'll hear what Gareth has to say once he gets back. Otherwise, we're going to carry on.
Quick question, Chicken. Now I would believe since he's a lizardman and can swim and breathe underwater, I'm assuming he would never have been on a boat. He probably has been in the ocean because to get where he was, he most likely crossed the bay.
We discussed your backstory. You were definitely on a boat. Do you not
I wasn't
remember?
a boat. Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, now is pretty much used to it, and he simply states the obvious as usual, and says, "I like the sea. It's like a marsh but deeper."
Vaclo only grumbles.
You know, I never that way. Never really considered it to be a marsh, but that makes me a little more comfortable around it.
I'm kind of losing you. I'm getting you in pieces.
Oh,
Welcome
Connecting.
to Dire Roll. Technical difficulties.
I can hear it perfectly fine through roll 20
You can hear her?
now at least.
Okay,
Yeah.
You
excellent.
can hear her now.
Ironically, both of you are jittery for me. So...
It's either we can't hear each other or you can't hear us.
Well, I can hear you. It's just coming in kind of robotic. I think the issue has resolved. I think there's a little bit of latency. All right, so we're back. Okay, so Gareth, how is Gareth faring on the open sea?
He's kind of clinging his hands to the railing, if there is any, and just kind of looking out. He's like, talking to himself like, wow, that's a lot of fucking water.
Okay. Meanwhile, Boldum is poring over maps and coordinating with the navigator. And he has these detailed drawings of the
Of the dog.
of the
Was
dog
that a
of this
gnoll attack?
dog. It's so lifelike we can hear it. Yeah, he's got these detailed drawings of where he believes the entrance is. And eventually, towards the evening, the sun is starting to set. You guys arrive at the coast of the Watchful Peaks. And these are some towering mountains. The coastline here is jagged and rocky. There's no purchase for you to make. However, following Boldum's drawings, you guys do see you come across this kind of half-sunken cave with like almost dagger-like rock formations coming from the ceiling, the ship's master says, "We can't bring the ship underneath that rock, but we can deploy the boats. We can start ferrying the supplies in." And Boldum he's starting to like move around with excitement. And he's like, "Oh, I can't believe it! We're finally here. All right, well, let's send the adventurers first."
Excuse me?
Well, that's what you're here for, aren't you? Adventurers, it's in the name. Don't worry, I'll be fast on your heels. Just make sure there's land in there.
All right.
Yeah, well, let's have Vaclo go first.
Speaking of Aklo, he froze. Is that just on my end?
That's
Nope,
on
froze
mine
for me
too.
too.
Okay.
He's frozen here too.
He's all sorts of frozen.
But will he let it go? I love how both of you just lost it.
This guy's never allowed back.
I'm dunking the lizard overboard.
It's okay, I can hold my breath for 15 minutes.
I don't like him anymore.
Wisely, when you're watching this to catch up, it's your fault.
Oh my god. Is he
Okay,
like
better.
a freaking water iguana? He uses his tail like a rudder?
Okay,
I would assume so.
Or is he
we
more
lost
like a
Vaclo.
gator?
Incidentally,
Yeah,
you
we lost
guys are
our
all
Vaclo.
kind of in the right place. It's just, it's cattywampus, if you will.
That must mean another word and not gnomish.
All right.
I feel like her parents knew, like, were super fluent in Eastman or whatever, and just did that to her controller.
Actually, she and I had some talk when we were talking characters about like all the different names around her gnome village. You know,
wow.
there's probably one guy named Hootenanny. Welcome back, Baron.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
you guys get on one of the boats, and one of the ship's men starts rowing you into this kind of dark area, and you guys light lanterns, and you see there's about a 15-foot sheer cliff, but above that is a shelf that appears to lead into some cave structures.
So we're being rowed into a cliffside cavern,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any climbing equipment?
I don't need to. I would rather use one, but I don't need.
I'm good at
I-
climbing, but I don't have any equipment.
I have a Dungeoneer's pack
Rope.
with rope, but probably not enough rope.
Okay, someone's got to volunteer to climb the rock face.
I got 50 foot of hemp and rope.
So do I.
It's 15 feet, so it should be a good. It shouldn't be that hard to climb. And if you fall, you plunge into water. So
Yeah,
it's not
if
really
it-
dangerous.
I mean, I'll make the athletics check to climb up.
I'm
Or
good at that
is it
also,
athletic
but
or acrobatics?
It'd be athletics.
it's athletics.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and get moving.
I mean, if it's 15 feet,
I
you can
climb
do it.
up the trees.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, Caddy. I hope you liked it being wet.
The moment
This
Caddy's
is
the moment Caddy the whole of her body lifts off the boat. She slips right into the water.
So
This is like the
Vaclo's
fire fiasco.
Vaclo's gonna be the next one. It's like, okay, I think
No, you're wearing
I've got
armor.
it
You'll
better.
sink.
I'll take the time to doff my armor.
Okay.
You're right.
That's smart.
So 10 minutes later.
All right, yeah, you make the climb pretty easily.
So
And-
I'm gonna sink some nails, pythons. I'm not sure how we call that.
Pittance.
So pittons. So I can secure the others while they climb, and I'm gonna keep climbing.
Well, no, once you're up the shelf, it is a cave structure.
Oh,
So you could just tie the rope somewhere, most likely.
You're in kind of like this large atrium-like cave with stalactites, stalagmites, but it's enough space for you guys to set up a base camp. So fast forward a few hours, you guys ferry the equipment from the boat here, and you guys set up a system of pulley and levers to kind of like hoist the boxes up here. And in a few hours, basically by the time you set up, it is sundown, it is nighttime. But the ship informs you that they're going to start heading back to port, and per Boldham's orders, they're going to come back this way every 3 days to see if you guys need anything. You guys set up camp, and you start getting ready for a night's rest. However, a cursory inspection of your surroundings shows that there are two rather large cave tunnels that lead deeper into this mountain.
so I'm asking Baldrin if that's the way we're supposed to take to find the city. One of those tunnels.
He's got his table laid out at this point, and he's got all of his notes laid out, and he's flipping through it, and he's like, well, you see, by my reckoning, according to these texts, and the accounts of anyone who's been to the Wet City, we're actually above the city. You see, at some point we believe the sea level rose and kind of drowned the lower levels of the city. So,
Which explains the name you've given.
of course, yes. Well, we dwarves like to be on point with those. But, I believe we're in one of the mine shafts that was opened in the latter days of the city. We should be able to find some entrance that leads into the upper city. Hopefully. I mean, I suggest we all get a good night's rest, and as soon as we can in the morning, we'll send your party one way and Carl's group the other.
Sounds good, my friend. I trust you. I trust your instincts. Let's get some rest.
I have a question for you, Dwarf.
Yes. What is it?
Why does your civilization always make things so complicated? Why don't you do like the humans and build your settlements above ground, like with woods and stones, or even like smarter and do like lizard folk and build it out of mud?
Hey. He's like starts mumbling in Dwarvish. He's like,
What does he says?
he's just like, damn lizards, thinking they know best. Obviously, dwarf settlements are the best. What are you talking about? Living in mountains is the only way to live. What's wrong with you?
I'm gonna look at our wise lizard man and I'll be like,
And the lizard looks a little bit confused. He didn't think it was insulting. He was just saying the obvious. But okay, he just walks away and keeps helping with the preparation.
Does this guy also have 6 in charm, or not charm, charisma?
Who, me?
It was a joke.
because
I do
Caddy
have
has. You both are twins. God damn it. Sister or brothers from another race. Whatever.
But same swamps.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as it
Siblings
would
from
go,
the
get out
swamp.
of my swamp.
Sorry about that, chicken.
Wisely, come back to us.
Jacob
Yeah.
is making a note in his book. Do not invite new guy again.
There was this little voice in the back of my head, like, "What are you doing? Why are you inviting a new guy?" But that voice is stupid. Let's carry on. All right. So the next, you guys assume it's morning. You see some light reflecting off the water down underneath the shelf. So Boldum is again really excited. So if anyone is too late to rise, he spurs you into action. All right, everybody up! All right, get your armor on. Let's get assembled. We got a lot of exploring to do.
How's our mouse looking?
I believe she's doing better by the day, but she's still not fit to travel. We'll keep her in the base camp. I hope this moist air doesn't harm her. We'll try to keep her near the fire.
Well, the salty sea here usually helps with illnesses. Not always, but in this case it might.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna write a little note inside of her journal that's like, get well soon. But it's terrible handwriting, because why would a forest gnome ranger need to know how to write in cursive?
I'm gonna.
Would you say you write kind of askew?
I'd say not quite askew, maybe a little cattywampus, but...
When we broke Dapper.
So I'm gonna lay down my... Yes. Can you hear me?
Pray.
I can hear you.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna leave my dragon chest set besides Mouse, and I'm gonna make one move so she can make the next if she wakes up.
Okay.
And we're gonna play a game until she wakes up.
Alright, so Carl approaches you and he's like, right or left?
Why would we know? Why don't we ask the scholar?
Well, she's unconscious.
I'm gonna take a gold piece and I'm gonna flip it. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and catch it out of the air.
Make a dex DC. 13.
No, make a sleight of hand check to grab it out of the
Okay.
air. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like bacteria, you know? You don't drop sugar around bacteria, you don't drop gold around Gareth. Alright.
You heard it here first, folks. Gareth is bacteria.
Do I catch it?
Yeah,
Yes, you do.
So he flips the coin up there and you just go clap.
I catch it and I slap it onto the back of my hand. Heads or tails? Which one's which?
Tails is right.
What do I got?
You've got right. That's what I flipped, so that's what I'm gonna tell you.
Alright. I flipped the gold coin back at him.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you could keep it. But I catch it, and yeah. We're going right. I'm gonna tell Carl.
Number 1 regret of the day for the rogue.
So, yeah. Did you get that, Jacob?
I got it.
Cool.
Alright. These tunnels start to twist and wind, and they're not level. You're going in and out. But you have determined that you guys came in from the east, and you are now headed south. And eventually, you're in like a 10-foot wide tunnel, and there are parts that are obviously hewn, and other parts that are natural. You find some like ancient pieces of wood every now and then. Not much interest, but you know at some point civilization walked through here. Are any of you carrying a torch?
I have a hooded lantern.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a torch too on my shield hand.
Well, having a torch would be overkill at this point. We got 2 light source, so that's fine.
And I've got dark vision.
I'm surprised lizard folk does not get dark vision or any sort of vision like that.
Huh.
Is it 60-foot dark vision?
Yeah.
I need to save that on your token. Give me 1 second. Alright, you guys finally come to a point in the tunnel where it opens up. And, much to your surprise, directly in front of you, you see what appears to be some ruins, some structures carved into the stone. And where a wall has kind of collapsed and there's now this gap in this ruin, there is a pale green light shining through it. and it kind of like flickers as though it would be produced by a flame.
Can we identify the source?
It's coming from deeper within.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That looks
Actually,
inviting.
Vaclo, from where you're standing, now that you're on the map, you see what appears to be a brazier about 5 feet by 5 feet. And it is alight with green fire.
Alright, I see it. So I'm gonna look at the ground, trying to see if there's, or the walls, trying to see if there's anything weird, and I'm gonna advance 10 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so there's nothing that happened, and I'm gonna tell the others, we could go right, or we could go through the wall that collapsed. That's where the light source is.
I'm not much of an adventurer. I'll just follow you guys.
Yeah, I'm usually leading the way. Follow me. So I'm gonna get just in front of this hole in the wall, advance one more step to see if there's anything. I'm gonna investigate. Even though I'm probably the worst to investigate, and I'm
It looks
gonna
like some
say,
ruins.
it looks safe. I'm going in.
I'm right behind you.
Can I hop over these bricks? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait until everybody's done going around.
A wise man once said, "You don't split the party." No, actually, I don't say that.
Yeah, you're not
A wise
a
lizard
miniature
once
pug.
said.
Oh, my cam just... Okay.
We haven't had your visual for a while. Alright, everyone inside the room, please make a perception check.
Okay.
Does that include me?
Sure. Well, if you enter, you're not in the same room as they are.
Yeah, I'm not in the same room as them. I'll keep exploring over here then.
Don't open over here. Yay, it opened on the right monitor. We did it. Okay. Now and Caddy.
Mm-hmm.
There is a humanoid figure in a purple robe, very tattered, skittering along the 20-foot ceiling. Like literally climbing on the ceiling. Vaclo, you are oblivious to this.
A human?
Humanoid. 2 arms, 2 legs.
I'm gonna try just saying like hello and Sylvan and see if I can get a response.
And being the obvious wise lizard that I am, he's gonna say, "That's not normal."
It
Taxo
turns
turns to the other members of his group like, what's going on?
And as he does that, the thing on the ceiling turns its head 180 degrees, its hood kind of twisting around, and it has the face of a spider. And it hisses and drops from the ceiling.
Oh no.
Roll initiative.
Behind Vaclo, where he's not looking.
Here comes the adder caps, the adder caps, the adder caps. Here comes the adder caps.
In my local group, I'm usually the one who spoils which enemies we're encountering.
You guys think it's Ettercap, huh?
I don't know, it's got a spider for a head. I'm just concerned.
Well,
It's
it goes
actually
first.
3 spiders in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, even with a 6, I still end up with a fucking 15 initiative.
Alright, it immediately lashes out with hairy talons towards Vaclo. It has a +4 to hit. So 14 or higher is a hit. It hits.
It hits.
And it strikes you for 8 slashing damage.
Got it.
And it's your turn, Vaklo.
Alright, so he's gonna attack. Gets his sword out, turns around, and then wham. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I'm gonna start over.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's not
But
gonna
8
work. I'm
is a
gonna
miss.
use action surge.
That is a hit. Alright, with your second strike, you cleave into its mass underneath its cloak, and green kind of goo blood kind of like oozes out of the wound and onto your blade.
Most unpleasant, vile beast. And I'm done.
Okay, Gareth, you're up.
No, wait,
Oh,
sorry.
oh.
I'm gonna move. There.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm dropping my light source. I mean, I'm not turning it off, if you know, in that sense. I'm not putting it out, but I'm putting it down because you know I can see most of the stuff that's in the commotion area. I imagine I hear hissing and shit.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15.
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna bonus.
your light's gonna still be on you. It's a lantern. You can just tie it to your belt.
All right, and I'm going to bonus action hide. Because fuck this thing and everything it stands for. And I like being hidden. It's my one trick.
Well, you're hidden as hell.
Yeah. And then I'm going to shoot it.
Can you see it
If
from
I can
behind
peek
this
around.
pillar?
I'm gonna peek around.
Okay.
I've still got enough movement to do that.
Okay. Cool.
And character sheet. Gareth.
Character sheets are
I
important.
keep forgetting. Yeah, I keep forgetting to. And I do have advantage because I'm hidden. Attack advantage.
Alright, you hit.
Do you have
Okay.
backstab?
And then
Sneak attack?
Oof. Alright.
So. Yep, 13 damage.
Alright, your arrow comes flying through the doorway, hits him square in the shoulder, and it goes. And it's now looking wounded.
You too, buddy. And then I duck back behind the pillar.
Alright. Caddy, you're up.
It's my turn.
Ooh, I'm gonna porcupine that boy. So I'm gonna shoot an arrow. It's, because that's what I do.
So sophisticated.
Yeah, real complicated moves here. There you go.
I mean,
How's
yeah.
that?
You slam another arrow right into its gut region. Now it's badly wounded.
No, I'm aiming for the eye. Or one of many.
Oh, okay. You take out 2 of its 8 eyes.
Nice.
Alright, and now it is Now's turn. That's not gonna get old.
Now he uses bonus action to turn his stick into a shillelagh.
When you do that, and your staff turns into your shillelagh, the creature suddenly just turns all its remaining eyes straight at you.
Oh, that was a bad idea. I don't like that.
And it says, in Eastman, it goes, Mage.
And now says druid, actually, and then moves in and hits him with the shillelagh.
Okay.
You love that word so much.
Shillelagh.
I used to say shillalag, but I'm gonna say
that's a
shillelagh
crit.
from now on.
Oh!
It is
Oh, I
shillelagh.
see.
It's a crit shillelagh. And the
Aw.
M means magic.
Way to attack for the first time.
You
Bravo.
Damn it, new guy, you killed my thing.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just gonna yell, Shillelagh!
Alright,
But
using
that's the
his
thing, you gave me a shillelagh. It's the ultimate weapon.
using his shillelagh, you cave in its face. It crunches because it's got a carapace and all that. and it slumps over dead. When it does, the fire goes out.
Ooh. Where's Gareth?
Can I inspect the orb?
You mean
And,
the brazier?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It
Make
looks
an
like an orb on
investigation
my...
check. It's got two little handles.
Oh, that thing is disgusting. Oh god.
Now tries to see if there's anything scavengeable from this dead creature.
All right. It appears to be a brass and copper alloy brazier of no import.
Oh, well, thanks.
Is it like stuck
However,
to the
you
ground?
do immediately see that you have no idea where the fire came from. There's no kindling to be found. Not any soot or ash.
Yeah, probably something mystical. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Vile magic. And he doesn't straight look at now, but he looks with the side of his eyes like he wonders. Shall we keep going?
Is there anything that seems scavengeable from this creature, Jacob?
As you start, you open its robe, it appears to be a human, a la a hairy spider. Like some kind of tarantula converted into the shape of a human. And as you're looking at it, it starts to crack, and bubbly acidic blood is literally dissolving it as you're watching.
Well, that seems like nothing scavengeable, so yeah,
I'm gonna try and catch some of that in the bottle and see if I can keep it.
Roll Alchemist kit with dexterity.
Vaclo steps away from the blood. Ugh.
Alright, I'll try to sit in the dexterity.
He wipes his weapon.
Alright, so that's just my proficiency in my dex then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm not expertise in Alchemist Kit. Alright, stat, let's change it to dex for this one. Bam, bam.
Yeah, you get a vial of whatever creature's blood it is.
I'll label that as Spider Boy blood.
Spider boy, spider boy.
Gotcha laid in the face.
And his body kind of just dissolves.
You don't have the copyright.
Oh no!
It's Spider Boy spelled with an I, so we are completely legally allowed to use it.
J'avoue.
Boy.
Boy!
Oh man, you know, I could put this in like the Penny Prince's drink when I get back to Stelton. Be great.
Just don't put it in mine.
I mean, I don't have any reason to yet. Don't give me one.
Yet.
Yet. He eyes Gareth like menacingly.
Yes, that's the word I used. Yet. It applies to many things.
Mind.
You
Watching
guys have
for...
an interesting idea.
Go ahead, Druid.
Go ahead, where?
Ah, I thought you were saying something.
Oh, I was just saying that you guys have interesting ideas.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Correct.
Gareth,
Fine ideas.
Gareth, mind checking the path for traps?
Sure, why not?
Vaclo remembers the last traps too well.
Too soon.
He's starting to learn.
I did. I remember them well too.
Alright, I'm just kind of going along being alert.
Okay, stop, collaborate, listen. As you near the end of that hallway and peer through the doorway,
I see a thing.
you make out a large shape and then you also hear some moving and some heavy breathing.
I look over at Vaclo, and I kind of raise a finger up to my lips, and I kind of scuttle on back towards him, kind of back shuffling. There's another one. You want to go beat it with a metal stick?
I'm always up for that. But I make noise.
And as he says
whispers.
that, the figure, you all hear this kind of like stone kind of being ground, and this figure crosses your light. It is a large blue-skinned creature that just kind of disappears.
Mm,
Never mind, it's not a spider. You still want to go hit it with a big stick?
it's huge, but with you guys behind me, backing me up, let's do it.
I'll definitely be behind you.
Let's wait and see if I have a potion of healing in my inventory.
I can just cast Cure Wounds on you.
Might be
really
helpful
like
because I do have second wind, but it could be reserved for later. Still, I would enjoy a cure.
Oh.
Excuse me.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on you. Let me find it in my spells. Spellbook. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, moderator, could you do a shout out to the maps and tokens?
Do you roll the dice or I do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I roll it. I forgot to set it to where it automatically rolls it.
No problem.
There you go. You heal 11 damage.
Damn!
3 more than I needed.
Thank you. Thank you, mods.
You know, I could have made an honest living for myself.
Yeah, Caddy, go ahead and
That's
make
really
a nature
boring.
check at disadvantage because you only saw a glimpse of it.
Yeah, I figured it'd be at disadvantage, but everyone's talking, so I just whispered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're getting stuff done.
Oof.
Oh,
Should I?
You're
Should
not
I
even
run?
sure it was blue, to be honest.
okay. There we go.
Was that pomegranate?
Is
So,
pomegranate
this-
a color?
No, it's a fruit.
It is a fruit, but
It
it
is a
might
fruit.
also be a color.
It's also a color.
I mean, there's a color called rotten egg, so sure, there's
Mm.
probably a color named pomegranate.
Okay. So at this point, I see the creature right where it is, right? If my token sees it, I see it.
Well, yep.
'Cause
You can barely
we're gonna
make out
roll-
this hulking figure. You're not sure what it's doing, but you can see it scraping along this fallen pillar, and it's like, and you haven't made a stealth check at this point, so it stops and goes.
Yeah, we're gonna roll initiative, and I'm gonna speak
okay.
in giant.
Oh, you speak giant? It said in giant. What
Wait,
goes
wait,
there?
Wait, I'm checking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, it's Orcish, not giant. But I do
Well,
speak Orcish.
Spoiler
Orcish.
alert! You said what goes there.
Yeah, I stopped you before you said exactly what. But I'm gonna speak to it in Dwarven Orcish, see if it understands. And I'm moving towards it like 10 paces, like 10 feet.
All right, you see this. For its size, it's rather lithe, gangly, long arms, and even longer nails. Well, not longer than its arms, but like comparatively. And the nails kind of scraping against the stone floor of the ruin. And it's kind of got orcish features, although much larger. It's got matted black hair coming down and really prominent fangs, and it's got its mouth agape.
So yeah, I'm basically asking it what he's doing here. Who are you? In all 3 languages that I know.
Okay. Before you get through them, he just goes, "Ora Kongstar," and it's clear that he takes 1 foot and places it on the pillar, and he brandishes his claws, and he kind of smiles. He wants to eat you. Roll initiative.
All right.
Giant boy, much more dangerous than Spider Boy. We are fucked, probably.
Well, you don't know. Maybe I'll one shillelagh. I very much doubt it, though.
When
Or-
did that ever stop Vaclo?
Or maybe if he has a lot of sheep, we could tie ourselves to the bottom of it and get away.
Oh,
Or maybe we can give him Hescu, and he's gonna be.
No.
Damn.
no.
Oh, I moved your token, sorry. No
Hey,
loyalty.
I thought Vacla liked the skew.
He does.
He just likes living more.
Yeah.
All right,
You sound like
Gareth, you're up.
Even I wouldn't sacrifice the boar, man.
I'm a noble.
Aw,
I'm used to eating game.
Listen, man, he's like a good
Gareth,
distraction.
you're up.
All right. Am I seen or can I hide?
You are seen. Also, in addition to its features I described, it has webbing between its fingers and the toes, and it has fins kind of coming out of its shoulders and beside its
5,
knees.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then I'm gonna bonus action sprint, 35, and I'm gonna take a shot from here.
Okay, you are not hit it.
That's fine.
Okay.
I figured. I'm just getting into a more fun position that will be slightly less likely to get me really close to the monster.
Oof.
Natural 20.
I love that.
I guess you didn't need a sneak attack.
I guess not today.
All right, your arrow flies out and hits his ear and tears off one of his ears, and it goes.
And I 5, 10, 15 back over here.
Oh, you are now in his sleeping den. It smells bad. There are bones everywhere.
I hope that doesn't become me soon.
It smells like rotting fish.
That's my turn done.
Now it's now.
Okay, so I'll move 1, 2, and then I see this big critter. So bonus action, shillelagh. An actual action, I love it. An actual action, I will attempt to cast, not guidance, that's a cantrip. I'm gonna cast Entangle.
Do tell.
And how big is it? Inside a 20-foot square. So I'm gonna cast it starting in this corner, going like this. So 20-foot square like this, I think. How does it work again, Jake? It's been a while since I... 20-foot square would be this. 4 square, I think. Right?
No. 20-foot square would be the longitude. Would be the each side. So it's 20 by 20.
Okay.
4 by 4.
Yeah, it's
So
4 by
basically
4.
like this. I think. Well, yeah, like this. Because that's straight diagonal.
Okay.
that
give
good?
Me, yeah. Hold that there. Oh, you know what? Do I have one? I don't have one with a square. That's fine. All right.
Actually, it's not the smartest thing to do, but at the same time, it's gonna injure my friends. Yeah, that's gonna be what I'm gonna do for now. And let's cast that. Boom.
All right. 9 or higher, he beats this.
And he beats it. So he's still in difficult terrain for a little bit, but yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn, but I'm gonna get out of the way, so I'm gonna move here.
Okay. Caddy, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna move first because I have no idea what's going on.
Naklo tells Caddy he's gonna stay in the door.
Make
protect
a
her.
as a free action, make a nature check.
Nice. Now that I can see.
Yep.
Probably not good enough.
It looks like some kind of offshoot of a troll.
Can I cast a cantrip and still like make an attack?
If the cantrip's a bonus action.
Yeah, cool. Then
Rangers don't
did-
have cantrips.
gnomes do.
Ah, all right. Yeah, then yes. If it's a bonus action, you can.
It's minor illusion.
Okay, cool.
Did I hear him say the who goes there?
Do you speak giant?
No, I don't speak giant, but that's not the important.
He was speaking, yes.
And I could hear it?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was being quiet or loud.
Oh, no.
I want to make...
Bellowing is more the term.
I want to cast an illusion to make it sound like it was coming from behind him, whatever he had said.
Oh, okay.
Like I just imitate the sound.
Make a deception check as part of this action.
Okay. I know it's complicated, so I wasn't sure how to do that. I'm not very good at deception.
Well, let's make it opposed against his intelligence, which is a -2.
I'm -2. He still wins.
Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't buy it.
But you're unlucky.
That's okay. I'm still gonna shoot at him.
He just thinks it's an echo of when he said it earlier.
He shrugs it off.
You fire, and your arrow bounces off of his chest. It was a bad angle, you think?
Yeah, it just wasn't a good shot. I'm a little at an odd position. After I do that, I'm just gonna move forward a little bit.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Vaclo.
Alright, so I don't really want to get near this one, so I'm gonna use that. And I'm gonna tell Caddy, try attacking it again.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Do I just make a normal roll? Or
You make a normal roll, and if you get it, you've got 13 bonus damage. No, I mean
5.
5, sorry.
I was about to be like 13. Jeez.
Please.
I'm sorry.
My roll wasn't much better. It was the same.
Alright, she notches another arrow and fires again, and this one kind of like just barely sticks into him, and he just with his hand just goes and knocks the arrow away. Just
I don't like this guy.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright. Grinning really sinisterly, he just lumbers straight for you. And he comes to his full height, and he's rather tall. And with his claws extended, he's like, "Guraknikstor." And then he lunges down with his claws towards you.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect myself with my shield.
He has a +7, so 11 or higher hits you.
18 AC. Ouch.
That's it. Alright, you take 12 slashing damage. Then with his other claw, he attacks. That's right on the money. You take another 7 slashing damage. And then once he's hit you with both his claws, he lunges his head down at you to try to bite you. Which is going to, you raise your shield just in time. However, as he withdraws his head, you note that the arrow that Gareth put into him, his ear has already started to regrow.
God damn it, he regenerates.
Alright, speaking of Gareth, you're up.
Okie doke. 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'm going to bonus action stealth if I can.
Okay.
And let me get that out the way.
Off the top of y'all's head, who wins on ties?
I don't know for passive perception. For AC, it's I believe attacker.
Right. Attacker does, well, yeah, it's meter beat with attackers.
If I'm not mistaken, with skills, wasn't it status quo?
I don't know, I GM so many goddamn systems.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, for D, it's like a DC that I'm beating, right?
Yeah.
So if I hit it
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
money-
so if it's a DC, then yeah, you meet. Okay, you're hidden.
Okay. So I'm gonna shoot him after shuffling my happy ass out here. And I'm gonna shoot him with advantage because I'm hidden. 23 for 6 damage, and that's not adding stealth damage. 23 for 7 damage.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks, Vaclo.
You glance an arrow off his back, leaving a line of blood kind of trickling down. You done?
Okay.
Or are you going to slink back into the
I-
shadows?
I've got 10 feet of movement. I'm gonna move 5. No, not like that. 5, 10 back. And that's where I'm gonna end my turn. Because I don't want to be in that small room if he ever decides to go back in there.
Okay. Now, you're up.
I believe I can step in Caddy Square, right?
As long as you don't stay there.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna step in Caddy Square by doing the corner, so it's like 1, 2. I'm gonna put my hand on the Vaclo very quickly and cast Cure Wound. Oh god, that was not good. And I take it didn't take my wisdom thing in, so you would take
It did
an
not.
addition. Yeah, I forgot to click it, I guess. You would take an additional +3, so 8 total.
Still appreciated.
Yeah, and then being the very brave, wise lizard that I am, my wisdom tells me to go back into my little corner.
That's good.
Caddy, you're up.
Nice. I'm gonna stay right here. 'Cause I can't really do much else, and make another shot at him.
That's a hit.
Nice. And I'm gonna just be like, "How's that for size?"
We'll find out. Vaclo, you're up.
Get it?
Alright, so does it have reach? I figure it has.
I mean, it just attacked the shit out of you, so you're not sure.
Okay. I move there. I'm gonna use second wind. God damn it, where is it? Alright. Almost full.
He's better than mine.
And I'm gonna attack it once with my weapon. Eat the metal stick, you beast! Doesn't
Your
work.
blade glides across his leg, but it doesn't penetrate the skin.
Metal stick doesn't work, Gareth! Do something!
Ah, fuck.
Alright, the creature is going to lunge forward again to try to bite Vaclo. And
Meanwhile, Vaclo is asking Gareth, like, try the blood! Try the blood!
you also notice as he does lunge to bite at you, his ear completely has regrown. Once again, you bat him away with your shield, and then he kind of reels back and twirls with his claws extended, kind of like doing a full 360 and taking a step. And he slashes out with his claws, once at Vaclo and once at Caddy. Vaclo first.
I'm gonna... Was that an attack roll?
I'm about to
rolling
do it,
too?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you missed.
Well, I did miss with the bite, but now he's doing like he's...
I'm gonna riposte. If
Okay,
you miss,
go for it.
Alright.
Ooh.
Yep.
11 damage.
So as he kind of like twirling dervish around, you get you lunge in there and stab him in the thigh, and then he slashes out with you with one of his claws, hitting you for another 9 slashing damage. And then with his other claw, he kind of, as he's spinning, swipes down at Caddy. Caddy's AC is 14, so anything higher than a 7 will be a hit, a 7 or higher. But she ducks underneath it. And Gareth, you're up.
Okay. What would you say the range on throwing the blood I got from Mr. Spitter Dude would be?
Probably 20, 40.
You could put it on an arrow.
20 to 40. Okay. Well, he's right. I just need to take like one step forward and he's right in range. Okay. I'm gonna throw it. Do I just do 1d20 plus my dex modifier?
Yep.
Because I mean, I'm proficient in throwing my bomb cantrip, but I don't think that correlates. All right. Here, I'm just.
Go ahead and
getting
add
the modifier.
proficiency.
You sure?
Yeah. We'll make it. This is like an alchemist tool attack.
Yeah.
So you're proficient in
Okay.
alchemy tools.
Yeah. That makes sense to me, I suppose. Thank you. All right. Proficiency bonus 2. Okay. I'm gonna do it as a custom roll. Yeah. 22.
That's a hit. It does 1d4 acid damage. Plus dex.
Okay. That's not as much as I'd hoped, but it's 7 damage.
As it splashes onto his forearm, it goes, and his skin starts to bubble and fizz. He's not happy.
Let's see that heal.
Oh boy. Alright. So I've only used 5 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Dash, 25, 30. 35, 40. And I'm gonna tuck myself away in here for now.
Okay.
Well, it's my turn.
Now you're up.
Yeah. I can't see this square here. I kind of wish I did. How can I see it? I remember the layout a little. Down there, there's a small room, and then I'm assuming if I go to the left, I'd be fine, but that would be far away, and I might not see that square. But our fighter's in trouble. Oh, actually, no, that would still be a problem. Can it be in some of these squares? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to cast one of my higher level spells, but I need to figure out if it can be cast on enemies.
Take your time, it's no problem.
In an unoccupied space. Cannot be in an enemy square. Okay. Any creature that ends its turn. Okay, so as long as Vaclo moves, he should be fine. I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere right there.
Right here.
The square to the right, like I
Okay,
can see
I'm
a
getting
small...
a graphical glitch that's adding extra lines, so I was really confused. But now I see.
The square here,
Can you see
where
that
I'm
square?
pointing my arrow. Half.
You can see half of it.
50%.
Okay. A little less than half. You
Okay,
can
well, in
cast
the
it
worst
here.
case I can...
Yeah.
in the worst case I can cast it here, but Vaclo will have to move away from there. Okay, so cast... and it's concentration, so I lose the entangle that's at the other side of the room. Oh, I should remove damage, because that's when they end their turn in it. So, I'll remove damage from the roll.
Well, when you cast it, you can, as your bonus action, you can bounce it into somebody, right?
I believe so.
Yep, second paragraph.
Okay. So, what's your dex save? Can you, next time you use that, can you add the dex save to the...
Save, did I put it in? It's a dex.
It's 8 plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting.
I think it's 13.
Modifier.
Yeah, it's gonna be 13.
Alright, he's got a +1.
Huh!
He dodged out of the way. But you can see
So it's half damage.
his eyes grow wide. He's not interested in that fire.
He takes half damage still, doesn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. On a successful
Half.
save, half
Okay.
damage.
As he kind of like gets seared by it, he's like, "Ah!" Okay. Caddy.
Sorry, I just realized something. I'm going to go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark. You're familiar with that one?
I am.
So do I need to roll it, or
Just
can I
whenever
just
you,
do that when I attack?
When you do the damage, yeah.
Yeah, because I'll roll longbow and then
That's a
do
hit?
the...
Ooh.
Oh,
Double
Sorry.
brackets.
yeah. It didn't do the thing.
Do the thing.
Here we go.
Nice.
So much max damage from Caddy tonight.
Alright, your arrow goes right through his gut and comes out the other end. He is now wounded. Ah.
And then I'm going to... Well, no, I can't move there.
Oh,
Would I be able to...
Make another attack roll. You have disadvantage at point blank. Yeah. You still hit.
Okay.
Still-
I'm still not
Wow!
Oh my god!
Well, I was going to keep the damage roll from the original roll, but yes, you still rolled the same, so there's that.
Yeah, there we go.
She's just
It's
pumping
just
her
surprising
full
so much green outlines.
Just like
Wait.
Legolasing this guy right now.
Instead of riding big elephants, she rides SQ.
I ride a skew and I smash people.
Are you done?
Yeah, I can't really move past them or disengage, so I'm done.
Okay. Vaclo.
All right, so.
Stay away from the
Can I
fire.
move? Yeah. I think I should move here.
That's what I want. That
Give
works.
more opportunity. And I'm gonna try something. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It's got +4, so a 9 or higher. It is prone.
nice. So,
So that's
it's
15 damage.
15 damage. And I cannot attack once more. That's the sad thing here. No, I can't. I'm done.
His turn. First, he's going to spend half his movement to stand. And then he turns his attention to Caddy and is going to slash out with his claws at her. With a +7,
Ooh.
that is a hit. For 11 slashing damage. Then he's going to swing his other claw around towards Vaclo. Hitting. For 11 slashing damage. Then he's going to try to bite Caddy. Missing.
No dice.
And then he's going to move the rest of his movement. He is going to move here. So, Caddy, you can make an attack of opportunity with disadvantage with your bow if you'd like. Because technically he's still in 5 feet.
And I still have my hunter's mark on him.
Unfortunately,
But I don't hit.
Yeah, it bounced off. All right, and then he is going to. He's going to squeeze to fit here. And then with his last movement, he's going to kind of vault over to move here. And you can see he's like scampering to get away from the fire. Oh, and also, he does not regenerate this turn.
Isn't there like a column blocking him in there?
There's a low wall, but it's not hot. He can just kind of. He climbed
Okay.
over it.
Yeah, alright.
That's really funny in my head. This like giant like scuttling over a wall. Like.
All right, Gareth, you're
I
up.
just mean I thought it would be huge since it blocks my view. But
5,
he's
10.
tall enough.
Well, he was actually
Oh, so-
because he's large. He was actually squeezing. He was trying to. He was squeezing on this side of the wall. That's why I
Okay.
said he was squeezing.
Alright.
So he was kind of like shimmied along the wall. Is more
I mean,
accurate.
I lagged for 2 or 3 seconds, so I missed a part.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're hidden.
12 again. Yep. Good Weapons.
In the future, I mean, it's really just semantics. You can make that when you're either behind something or like obscured, not when you're
Yeah.
when you're like staring at them. I mean, I know like that's just sequencing, really.
Well, I mean, the reason I keep moving back behind these walls is because RP Lee Garrett's like darting in and out of different hallways.
Yeah, yeah. No,
That's why
I
I'm
totally
trying to keep
understand. I
it
just
moving.
the
Yeah.
sequence of events.
Also, it makes sense.
That's a hit.
Okay, and here comes my neck damage. Okay, so 9 damage.
All right, this thing is looking badly injured.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, and 20. And I'm gonna sit myself right there.
Now.
I'm gonna move. I should get off the fucking ruler. I'm gonna move here. I see him. I'm gonna make my flame. How far can I make it move?
I think it was 20 feet, I'm gonna read.
You can move this as a bonus action up to 30 feet, and you
30.
can also ram the sphere into the creature. But then it stops the sphere from moving. And does it need to be in a straight line?
No.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 1. You said that's a small wall, right?
I believe there's a gap. There's a gap right here. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Can I go diagonal like this?
Yeah.
and then bouncing him.
Okay.
So that would be another pair damage.
He's got +1 dex.
Okay, he totally dodged that, but
So
at least he gets half damage.
4 fire damage, yep.
And then to finish my movement, I'm gonna be a very brave retreat.
Okay,
And
Caddy.
I also tell the woman, the gnome woman, to stay safe.
I gotcha. I don't have disadvantage anymore.
9 damage. That is it. You want to claim the kill?
Woohoo!
No, nothing in particular is jumping out at me on this one.
She throws an arrow in its throat, and Vaklo like starts pummeling it with the sword and shield as it's falling down.
It's like already
Wow.
dead, but he's so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Alright, down goes the weird troll.
I'm not really one for carnage. I want to check the body for stuff, though.
You wanna end your orb?
Well, it's still there for 1 minute, and it provides light, so I'm gonna keep it for the 1 minute. But I'm gonna stick it away from my friends.
Is it dead?
I think so. He keeps like.
Okay. I start heading toward this chorus to look for anything about you.
No, I'm checking first.
You're at its body.
Yeah,
I am
Vaklo's
sure-
starting to get smart, so he's following Gareth.
I am
Finish
sure
it.
that a bone forearm from the bone from the forearm or something like that would make a great either staff or dagger or something like that. So can I scavenge that and then make something out of it later?
Yeah. Roll survival.
Nice. I love characters who recycle.
You could
Adventure parties are
say-
like the most bloody recycling tribe.
You could say he's gone green. Yeah, alright.
Yay! I got a large bone.
Can I check the
Good
body
one.
now?
You do. He's just wearing a disgustingly filthy loincloth, and there's nothing of value underneath.
I'm checking his quarters, where he currently sleeps and eats.
Roll investigation.
Okay, I suck at that, but we'll see. Investigation.
Ah!
Jacob, I'm assuming we'll be here a minute. You can remove this view.
Yeah, no.
Well, if there is anything of value, you guys don't find it.
Oh. Oh, well.
I do need some rest.
And just as you
But
say
not
that,
here.
you guys hear the sounds of fighting in that direction where I just pinged, coming from this hallway, right? Yeah.
Gareth, can you heal me again
Yes, Caddy, you're
before
riding
we
a spear.
fight?
No, I am chock out of anything resembling instant health.
I won't be able to do it many more times, but I can do it one more.
Oh, I'm not looking great either, though.
Go for
How about I just go and peek at what's going on in there, and if it looks like something that would rip out all of our bowels, we just decide to take it on another time?
You can't see in the dark, though,
I have a lantern. It'll be fine.
which can be seen in the dark.
Well,
I can-
Vaklo seems the leader, and he says to go help her. So since she climbed up, I reach for her foot, I touch her, and spell level 1, cure wounds, bam.
Nice.
I am right where I need to be. Thank you very much.
It's very deep.
It's thanks to the shillelagh.
Great. I love this shillelagh.
Is that a dance?
The
hope
shillelagh
no.
dance? I don't know.
All
I'll,
I
know
really
is that-
hope so.
I'll have to
all I know
contact
is
my
that now
Irish
Jacob
relatives.
Jacob regrets showing me the shillelagh spell.
No, I don't. It's fun.
I just go over here and start looking through the hallway, peeking at.
Yeah, what can you see? All right, you
I
see.
can see two. I can see lots of things actually.
You see the shape of Priska at the edge of your light, and she seems to be squaring off with humanoid shapes that don't look like humans.
Hey, Vaklo, get your metal stick ready.
Yeah, I'm thinking I see.
All right,
It's
let us roll initiative.
Here we go. Cool beans.
Ooh.
Ooh, I hope we have enough time to finish this fight. It's just a lot of moving parts.
We'll see, I suppose.
Yeah, if we don't mess around too long, it should be fine.
18.
Oof. Oof.
Me and Now got really good initiative.
I'll let you go first.
Cool.
I think I have to anyway, because you got higher there.
Oh yeah, most likely. Plus I have the alert feat. I have a +9 initiative modifier. it's
Yeah. Either way, I would have let you go first, so.
Oh. I mean, if you want to, you can. I don't think you
I'll
really
cast
can.
Shillelagh and look useless. You're better off going first.
All right, so Garrett's going first, is what I'm hearing.
Sure. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna drop my lantern since Priska's over there, and I don't really want to be seen too well.
Why you do this?
Yeah.
I gotta make an object for that.
I'm sorry. Woo!
And don't
Alright.
forget, as soon as he makes the object and put it on a square, you say, I pick it back.
Yeah, just to make his life difficult.
I murder.
Instant TPK.
What happened?
Rock
We'll never
fall.
know.
And that's my stealthy wealth. And I'm just gonna kind of shimmy in the dark. I imagine Priska's giving off light. Somewhat. Since she can kind of see. Apparently. I don't know.
Hang on, I gotta fix everything.
Okie doke.
Yeah, let's say Priska's got a lantern, Actually, does Priska... No, Priska's holding a torch. Because Priska only has a mace, like, so that's all. That's all.
Come on. 20. And I'm gonna peek out. And I'm gonna try and fire over her shoulder if I can. She probably doesn't know I'm here, but...
Okay.
Hey, if I
How
miss,
well
she'll
can
just
you
have
see? Oh, well, because of her torchlight. Quite well. Alright.
Okay. Do I still have advantage on the dude?
Lead dude, yes.
The friend who is not a human but is walking on 2 legs?
Yeah.
And will soon be walking on no legs, hopefully. Oh! Oh, I see.
Remember to double your sneak
My
attack.
sneak team. Oh! Oh, I see.
Ooh.
Damn, I think
Alright,
that one's
you want to
dead.
claim this?
Yeah, so as Priska's like backing off or standing off of these things with her mace and torch, an arrow just whizzes past her ear and slams into the head of whatever's in front of her immediately. Hi.
She looks behind you and she's like, about time. And she kind of smiles.
And then I tuck into this hallway because I still have 5 feet of movement.
Alright, it's now.
It's like your destiny to hide.
If I go into the hallway, I forgot the rules about D&D. Can Vaklo go through me?
Yes.
As long as it doesn't
As long
have...
as it doesn't
perfect.
end on your space.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm kind of stuck there, which is not particularly useful. Unless I do a double movement turn. What can I do? I don't have any ranged weapons. Do I have a spell, a cantrip that is long? Oh, poison spray, but it's only 10 feet, so I would do nothing. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh as a bonus action. Use my action to dash. 1, 2. Actually, I'm kind of stuck there. I don't want to go out there. Okay, so well, I stop here.
Hi, it's good to see you again.
Carl's turn. You guys can't see him, but he's squaring off with one of these things, and he is going to attack you with his longsword. I believe that is actually going to be a hit. Yep, that's a hit. He has a +5, and he's going to hit for 9 damage, and then he's going to attack with his longsword again. Missing. Then he attacks with his short sword in his offhand. Hitting for 5 damage. You guys hear a death cry of one of these creatures. These things are about 6 feet tall. And they have almost bark-like, scaly skin. It's really rough, coarse skin. They have digitigrade legs and very broad-chested and muscled bound. And their heads look very much like the art.
The what?
Yeah. The art. The art
Okay.
of the tokens. And that's going to be Carl's turn. Back Lair.
So while I move, I'm gonna sheath my sword, and then I'm gonna ask Gareth if can you see any one of them?
Can I see it? I'm like up against a wall, friend.
If you look out the corner, I'm trying to check if I can use Commander's Strike on you.
He can't see.
Not right
Okay.
now. Give me a minute.
So, alright, that means...
I can throw my shillelagh.
Chalet yeet.
I think I'm gonna... Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stow away my shield, get my longbow out. Can I also move? Because
You can finish your movement.
sheathed my sword. I've moved 30 feet.
Oh.
I've sheathed my sword, my shield. Can I take my bow out? Doesn't make a difference anyway. So I think I'm gonna end there.
Okay. You're done? Caddy.
Yeah. Let's get up close because I haven't seen these guys yet. Luckily, Askew and I have the same distance, so. How did I just walk 25?
Actually, I think Askew's faster than you.
Really? Oh, yeah. Askew is larger than me. How far have I moved just now? Not very well, 5.
I wasn't keeping track, sorry.
I'm moved 35 feet. How far can Askew move?
30 feet.
Ugh. I can't see anyone. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Longstrider on Askew and
Okay.
get that extra 10 feet. But I really can't get past Vaklo, I guess, so I'm still stuck. But at least Askew has Longstrider now.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Right, Hoff's turn. Hoff goes 1, 2, 3 because he's climbing up the stairs, and 4. And he's going to square off against this creature and lunge with his spear. Ooh, missing. Priska's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. She comes between the two of them and twirling her mace as she climbs the stairs. She swings. She gets advantage against this guy because that guy's adjacent to one of her allies. She hits for 3 bludgeoning damage. And then she swings again at the same guy with advantage, hitting again, this time for 8 bludgeoning damage. The creature she's fighting is looking very unwell. And it's Yuri's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to attack the other one. Critting. I believe spears are D6 for some reason. Because he has a shield, yeah. Alright, so he crit, so that's 2d6. Damn! Damn, Yuri, bringing the ruckus. That's 13 damage, yeah. So he climbs the stairs and just runs this guy straight through with the spear, killing it.
Well done, Yuri.
All right, their turn. This one's going
But do you know
to.
it's Yuri?
Well, they look distinct. This one is going to attack Priska. I don't know. They have a +4 to hit. Priska does not have very high AC. Yeah, so that's a hit. And that's going to be with its bite attack, which does 6 damage. Then it's going to lash out with its claws towards Hoff, missing, and then it lashes its other claw, because it makes 3 attacks, towards Priska, and that is actually going to hit for another 5 damage to Priska. Alright, this thing emerges from over here and is going to attack Carl. Miss, hit for 4 damage, and then miss. And then this guy's going to do the same. Hit 5 damage, hit 4 damage. That's a total of 9 damage and miss. Fortunately, Carl can take that like a champ. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Attack, hit, 6 damage, hit, total of 11 damage, crit, total of 21 damage. Priska is unconscious. Alright, so, as an NPC, the way I deal with it is that these people will have, they also have death saving throws like you guys do, but since they're not player characters, it's just going to be pass-fail. So if it gets to her turn and she fails, she dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is going to attack our boy Yuri. Miss, miss, miss. Okay.
Yuri's bringing it.
5 and 6. Going to attack Hoff. Miss, miss, hit. Hoff takes 3 damage. Okay, Gareth, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna hide from these bastards, get back into stealthy form. I'm gonna move nice and quiet like. Okay,
Yeah, no doubt.
23.
I think
Even I
I'm
lost
gonna-
track.
yeah, even now I was like, where'd he go?
Yeah, I'm just like sliding past him, and I'm gonna kind of slide over here, and I'm gonna take a shot at the one right above Priska so that he doesn't rip out her throat and kill her.
This one?
Yeah, the one right there, right in front of her. Weapons, short bow, advantage,
That is a hit.
14. And then here's my sneaky sneak. So 9 damage.
Alright, he's badly wounded.
And I've still got, I believe, like 15 feet, so 5, 10, 15. And that's my turn.
Okay, now.
Well, now he's more inclined to try and save her than fight. He's not much of a fighter. So he's tempted to go try and stabilize her so she doesn't need to roll something, but it's pretty risky to go out there. Still, he's a wise lizard, but not that much wise when it comes to saving people, so he's gonna attempt it. He's gonna trust that his skills will protect him. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
4,
5,
5, 6. You're going
and
upstairs.
he already, he already
do you have
regrets it.
Do you have a
seeing what's
healer's
in the room.
kit?
No, but
Okay.
I have medicine. Actually, let me check if I.
Because with the healer's kit, you could just expend a charge of the healer's kit. I think it has 10 charges and automatically succeed a stabilize check.
Yeah, but I'm a wood lizard that lives in the woods. I don't have the luxury of that, sadly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my action to use medicine to try and stabilize her.
Okay.
He actually tries licking her.
She's stable.
For once, licking is the medical solution.
Are you done?
It's-
Yeah, and I regret my choice already.
Okay, I'm going to take Priska out of the order. She's not going to die this day. Carl's turn. Carl's going to crack up on a can of whoop ass. The one to his north.
Hopefully.
I believe, yep, that's a hit. Oh, did I get these guys backwards? No, that's a hit, and he does a number of damage. He does 9 damage. badly wounding this guy, and he's going to attack it again, hitting for another 6 damage, killing it. Then with his short sword in the offhand, he strikes at the other one, and he misses. Vaclo, you're up.
Alright, let's say Vaclo's kinda asking for what's happening, how many are there.
Right, Hoff,
And now
Hoff
it
calls
replies,
back. Yeah, Hoff
"Lots
and
of
now at
death."
the same time. Yeah, he now says lots of them. Hoff's like, get in here!
I'm trying. Alright, so I'm gonna get my bow out while
Well, you already had your
I'm
bow out.
walking.
Yeah.
Oh, I could? Okay, so I'm gonna 5 more feet. I'm gonna attack.
This one
Who's-
is badly wounded, and this one is badly wounded.
1, 2, yeah.
That one?
Alright, so I'm gonna hit the one.
Right there. All right, cool. All right, your arrow pierces its neck, and it falls over dead.
Oof, I'm lucky on that one. Alright, that's everything I can do.
Okay, Caddy.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Wow, I can't see anything yet. Let's move in. And then I'm going to fire at this one.
Okay. Oof. You shoot
No dice.
wide, and your arrow ricochets off the wall. All right, Hoff's turn. Hoff is going to attack the one diagonal to him. Hitting for, I think they have a +1. Yeah, for 5 damage.
There you go, big guy.
All right, and then Yuri is going to attack the one across from him. Missing. All right, the creature's turn. First, Top is going to attack Carl. Miss, crit
Ooh.
for 7 damage. This one's going to attack Hoff. They have really high AC. Yeah, I think. Yeah, miss, hit. I just realized I rolled 2d6 and it should be 2d4, but that's okay. Hoff is wounded now, and then one more attack against Hoff is a hit. Oof. Hoff is unconscious.
Mm.
Alright, this one is going to step over Priska's body and attack now.
13 AC.
Okay, so I believe 9 are up. Yep. Hit. You take 3 damage. Hit. You take 6 damage and miss. And the last one's going to attack Yuri. Miss. Hit for 4 damage and hit for 6 damage. Oof. Yuri is clinging on to life. He's almost down. Gareth, you're up.
Okay. 5. And I'm gonna shoot this one right here. Well, first I'm gonna sneak, because, well, I'm in the shadow anyway. Can this thing see in the dark? I don't know.
Yeah, they have dark vision.
Alright, well, I'm gonna approach sneakily from the side, so... Rewind. I'm
Yeah, just
approaching-
running out of time here.
Sorry. Alright. Bam. Bam.
Yeah, you're well hidden.
Weapons. Attack. Advantage. Cool. 10. That's not adding. Sneak. There's sneak. 15.
You kill him straight away. Right through the eye, he goes down. And Carl turns to you and nods his appreciation.
And that's my turn done.
Okay. Now, you're up.
I kneel down, use my species special action Hungry Jaws to bite that little asshole in the legs.
And that's a bonus action, right?
Yes, that's a bonus action.
You kill him. So
I
you,
kill
you-
him.
You rip one of
and
his
I-
legs off, and he stumbles back and dies.
I gain 2 temporary hit point by doing that, and then I use my action to try and stabilize this guy.
Lizard folk.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, he's stable.
Wow.
I also lick him, and he's
Okay.
all well.
Carl runs over to here, and he starts to strike at this guy. I believe that's a hit. Yep. For 8 damage, which is enough to kill him. So with his blade, he like hooks him and then drags him down to the ground, and then plunges his longsword into his gut, killing him. So that was 1, 2, and then he has 3, 4 to jump up, and then 5, 6 comes around and just attacks this guy with his longsword, hitting, dealing another 10 damage to him, which means he's badly damaged. And then one more strike is just a hit with his short sword, and that will kill the last one as it staggers back. Okay.
It's good to see someone efficient with a blade.
Carl kind of drops his weapons and rushes over to his comrades, and he looks them over, and then he looks up to the lizard, and he's like, I may have had my doubts before, but I appreciate your service.
Well, I'm not much of a fighter, but at least I'm good with my trade.
Yeah, I'm gonna thank the lizard. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I'm so glad we picked you up.
Alright, Yuri, let's get Priska and Hoff back to base camp. Are you guys going to be alright to keep exploring?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's relax for a bit and I'll be good as new.
Can I take Can I take the cunning lizard with me to treat my wounded?
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, because now I have 3 patients. Numbers are piling up.
Alright.
I'm the wise hunchback, I think. That's wise.
Alright. So as you guys part ways, now travels with the mercenaries back to base camp, and the 3 of you are probably going to find a place to rest a bit. But we'll do that next session.
Alright.
So that's going to be it for tonight.
Alright.
One thing, if anyone's interested, on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be playing a puzzle game with another content creator, Johnny Vegas, who's also one of my moderators in chat. He was here last time we played. Yeah, so we're going to be playing a puzzle game for a few hours on Tuesday. So if anybody wants to join us and make fun of how terrible we are, that'll be happening on Tuesday.
Post the link in the Discord. I'll be there.
I will.
Thank you, new guy, for joining us. It was fun having you.
No problem. I hope my joke were not too hard to bear.
It was good, actually, so it was fun.
I think we all had a good time, but I gotta go. So have a good night, everybody.
Alright,
Have a good night.
See ya,
good night,
Caddy. It
everybody.
was fun.
We're going. See y'all next week. Hopefully we won't have to cancel again. People stop being sick. Alright.
Take care.
Have a good one.